Well, everyone, we're back again, and this time with a new playthrough of Pokemon Storm Silver. And it's a Nuzlocke, too.
That's right, everyone. We are so happy to be back in a new series, and we have new pictures as well. We all look dapper as hell, and this series is going to be straight fire.
Yeah, so Obama is the one who's playing this game and going to be Nuzlocking it, too. And this game is a ROM hack of the normal Soul Silver game, too. Even though it said Soul Silver on the title screen, we promise you it's not the normal game.
Yeah, and we skipped the beginning, as we've seen that a billion times already, and we're kicking things off in our house with our mom. So please remember to smash that like button and subscribe as well.
Yeah, this Nuzlocke is going to be really difficult as well, actually. For those who haven't played this ROM hack, you can expect the gym battles to be extremely difficult. And in each route, there is Pokemon all the way from Generation 1 to 4.
Nothing you can't handle, though, Barry. So yeah, let's kick this new adventure off by getting our first Pokemon. Just a heads up, too. This isn't a randomized Nuzlocke. At least by that I mean the starter Pokemon will all be the standard ones.
Yeah, so pick whichever Pokemon you want first, Obama, and then going forward, the standard Nuzlocke rules will apply. Also, in this game, you can actually get every starter Pokemon from the other regions in the Pokemon Center. So do you think we'll be able to use them?
To be honest, I don't know how that'll work, but I'm sure some people watching can leave comments on that, Donald. And more importantly, right now, we're going to be choosing our starter.
Yeah, the most important part will probably dictate how the rest of the series will go. So what will it be, Barry?
Well, last time we picked Cyndaquil, so this time I think the choice will have to be Totodile Joe. I can't take the risk of choosing Chikorita as it's just terrible and this game is already difficult as it is.
Okay, so you're just going to be a pussy then, Obama. I guess that's fine, and if you want to be known as that, then sure, go ahead.
Hey, shut the hell up, Donald. You hate Chikorita more than I do. You call it the cabbage Pokemon because it belongs in a bowl of salad and not on a Pokemon team.
This is true, too. Fine use Totodile, but you better give it an awesome name.
Nah, I'm going to call our little cutie pie Toothy Donald. It's got little fangs sticking out its mouth and it looks adorable, so going forward, Toothy is its name.
That is the dumbest name I've ever heard, Obama. It's like calling you Baldy all the time because you have no hair. You can't name Pokemon after what they look like, you know.
I will just remain quiet on this one, I think, boys. But anyway, we have our first Pokemon already. So let's see how long Obama can keep this thing alive for LMAO.
Yeah, we don't want a repeat of Pokemon Ultra Sun, Obama. Your killing spree better have ended with that series, and in this one we want a new and improved version of you.
Well, the one thing that hasn't improved in this ROM hack is Lyra here, who is as annoying as always. The creator of this ROM hack is Dryaino, by the way, and he's one solid person for making these ROM hacks, but I must say, he could have done more with Lyra.
And by done more with Lyra, we mean remove her entirely, as she literally provides nothing to the story or the game at all. She was even in the Diamond and Pearl anime series at one point, and she was annoying there too with her shitty little Meryl.
You can't remove her from this game, guys. But one thing that could be done is remove her phone calls, as she never has anything useful to say. Some of the NPCs in the game are useful since they can find items for you, but she does nothing.
Yeah, our girl Lyra appears even more in this ROM hack, I think actually Joe, so we'll have to deal with that. But anyway, we have our Pokemon, which means it's time to head out to Route 30, I believe, and go see Mr. Pokemon for the professor.
Oh yeah, Type 15 is the best frame to choose for this game, Barry. The clouds just make me feel like I'm looking at an Altaria whenever the menu pops up, and that brings me peace to my soul.
Yeah, I literally have no idea what you're on about, Donald. And we just got Professor Elm's phone number too, guys, which isn't creepy at all. An old man wanted a 10-year-old Pokemon trainer's number.
Hey, and we're encountering our first Pokemon already, guys, which is a Sentret of all things. Now, this Pokemon is actually in this game originally, but we can't catch anything right now anyway, since we don't have any balls.
Well, I certainly have some Joe, but clearly Barry doesn't, otherwise he'd have chosen Chikorita for this playthrough.
Very funny, you old Satsuma face, Donald. But yeah, as Joe said, we can't catch anything right now. So the best I can do is kill this thing so we get lots and lots of experience.
Yeah, we need to do lots of training, Obama, because this will definitely be a tough playthrough. I'd argue it will be as tough as our Pokemon Black 2 run-through, which was a randomizer as well. You should all go check out the full movie we made of that game on our channel if you haven't.
Okay, so far we've encountered literally no Pokemon from any other region than Johto, Obama, which makes me think you installed the wrong game, you dumbass.
Trust me, Donald, we're definitely playing Pokemon Storm Silver. We've just been unlucky with what we've run into so far, But I hope to Arceus that we don't get a Rattata like this one as our first new team member we have to catch.
But if we did catch one Obama, then we could be like Blue in the first game since he caught one, remember?
And look what happened to his Rattata Joe. It evolved and then got nuked, basically.
Details, Schmeetails, Donald. We don't need to get bogged down with things like that. And anyway, using a Rattata might be good since it can be our HM slave in this game.
Well, technically, I don't think HM moves exist in this ROM hack, Joe, which is a blessing, if anything. Drayano, the ROM hack maker, removed them, I think, but we can still use the moves in battle.
Oh, look, another Pokemon we would normally encounter if we were playing a normal run-through of the game Obama. Listen, I will give you the chance to name a Pokemon after me if we actually find something new, and it can be a trash Pokemon too.
Trubbish isn't in this game, Donald, sadly. But I'm sure we'll find some garbage Pokemon we'll have to catch at some point which can be named after you.
Well, the first new change, Donald, is what's going on right now, actually. Normally, at this point in the game, we'd get the running shoes, but because we get them as soon as we spawn in, this old man here has lost his job.
Boo-hoo for him, Barry. I still want to see all the new stuff this game introduces, but I guess we still have to wait a while before anything of interest happens.
Patience is key here, Donald. Trust me, it'll get so fun later. But anyway, Obama is right in that we'd get the running shoes here normally. But instead, the old guy has given us the old rod, which isn't ironic at all.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool, Joe, but we already have a water-type Pokemon for our team, so using that item is quite pointless at the moment.
And with some editing, I cut out the Pokemon Center healing, and we're carrying on our journey to meet up with Mr. Pokemon, who has an egg for us boys.
Oh, and here we go, Donald. A Seedot is the first new Pokemon we've encountered in this ROM hack. And I want to show some love for Shiftry because I think it's a great Dark-type Pokemon and would make a solid team member too.
And damn, the next Pokemon is a Tailo, which is also a solid bird Pokemon from the Hoenn region, Joe. Looks like this entire route is just full of Gen 3 Pokemon by the looks of it.
I don't personally like Tailo or Swellow since they just look like a normal bird with no unique designs. My favorite bird Pokemon would have to be Talonflame or Staraptor, as I think they're the most unique.
Oh my God, this entire route is out to get us, I swear, Obama. And look, this Pokemon is a Weedle, which is from Gen 1 and a total piece of crap as well.
Agreed, Joe. This little worm deserves to be burnt by every fire-type Pokemon ever, but saying that I think Beedrill is a really solid Pokemon and could make a viable team member, especially for dealing with Sabrina later on.
And would you look at that, everyone? Our girl Cynthia's here in the Johto region. Apparently she's on a journey of her own right now.
Yeah, she's out looking for Arceus, apparently, which should make Donald quiet, happy, LMO. And hey, look, she even wants to give us an EV.
Hot damn, didn't expect our second member of the team to be an EV. That's a pretty solid Pokemon, Barry, and now we can evolve it into any type we like almost.
Yeah, and since you've been nice today, Donald, I think the nickname I'll give this Eevee is Donnie.
I know why you did that, Obama, and it's not funny. You better not purposely get this Eevee taken out in a Pokemon battle, bro. Otherwise, I'll take over this game from you.
Okay, well, we need to work out how we're going to evolve this Eevee and what it should evolve into as well, because this is supposed to be a Nuzlocke. Remember, boys.
Well, Joe, in Violet City, we can actually get items to evolve Eevee into all the types available. Drayano made special stones which can evolve Eevee into anything. So I think we let the viewers decide what Eevee should evolve into.
Yeah, good shout, Donald. So go comment which evolution we should use for this playthrough, and the comment with the most likes is going to be the winner.
Personally, I think a Jolteon or Glaceon would be the best choices. But anyway, yeah, go comment, everyone, and make sure to like a comment if you want it to be that evolution.
Alrighty, so that all aside, we just got our new Pokedex from Professor Oak 2 Boys, which means we can start recording all the new Pokemon we find. Although I think half of them won't even be visible as we don't have the national dex yet.
And yet another old man has registered his phone number in my Pokewalker thingy. Not creepy at all.
And talking of old creepy men, Barry, Professor Elm has given us a big phone call because apparently someone has ransacked his laboratory and he needs us to save him.
Yeah, well, I just want to say that Professor Elm isn't actually that old, and I remember he used to study under Professor Oak when he was a student or something. Boys, I'm pretty sure in the anime and in this game, he's about 30 years old.
He's still old to us, Joe, so let's leave it at buddy, and you need to hurry back as fast as possible, Obama, so we can see what's happened at the lab.
Well, whatever has happened, Donald, it won't matter because Obama Trauma is here to save the day as usual. I won't let anyone disturb the peace in my little town.
Obama Trauma is not the person I'd send in for peace negotiations anywhere, but sure, but whatever makes you happy, bro.
Oh, hello. Look who it is, boys. The red ginger boy is here, and he's on the run from what it seems like.
Yep, that's right, Donald. And this here is our first official Pokemon battle of the series, so I'll try my best not to mess this one up, especially since he has a Pokemon effective against ours.
Yeah, but his Pokemon is a total piece of shit, Barry. I actually don't know a single person personally who likes Chikorita's line.
Well, this guy is somehow doing more damage to us than we are to him, which makes no sense.
You should use some of those defense-reducing moves on his berry to even things up a bit. Plus, he got a critical hit, too, which helped his case a little.
All right, well, I do have those potions in my backpack I can use from earlier, which isn't against the rules. But damn, this Chikorita is hitting us like a little train, and all we've been doing is bullying the thing.
This is getting too close for comfort now, bro. Seriously. Get rid of this cabbage leaf Pokemon right now before it kills us.
Oh yeah, he used Growl, and I managed to take it out by the skin of my teeth, or whatever that saying is.
And that was really close. Obama, holy hell. I mean, we did have Eevee on our team too, but letting our starter die before we've even got to the first gym would have been a total embarrassment.
Okay, well, I still beat him, Joe, so I don't know what your issue is here, dude. I promise you, I won't let a single Pokemon die in this series for sure.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But for now, you need to continue your journey back to New Bark Town, where the professor is still waiting for us.
I don't really like New Bark Town as a starting village for us to be in, boys. I don't know how you feel, but I think Twin Leaf Town is the real MVP of starter Pokemon towns.
That's because you're the original Sinnoh region Simp Donald. Like you would buy the entire Sinnoh region if you could, I bet, bro.
Sinnoh just has more to it than Kanto and Johto, in my opinion, Joe, and there's nothing wrong with me thinking that way. As for this game, though, it's definitely SS tier.
Okay, here we are back at the lab, and of course, I'm the one getting blamed for stealing the Pokemon. And as usual, Professor Elm just sits here like the little gimp he is and won't back me up.
Obama, bro, you need to stop crying over the little things. Lyra was there to back you up, which is just lovely, isn't it?
For taking her side and not mine, Joseph, you're going to get named after the rival in this playthrough.
Oof, that's pretty toxic, Obama Elmao. I wouldn't want to be named after someone like Silver. And on top of that, his dad is actually Giovanni, for those who don't know the real Pokemon lore like I do.
Yeah, that's right, Donald. So, Joe, how does this make you feel? How do you feel knowing that you're named after a red-haired 10-year-old in a Pokemon game?
Well, if it was someone like Blue who's an actual G, then yeah, sure, I'd be happy and not care. But to be named after this fool is just a step too far for me, Barry.
Yeah, well, go cry me a river, Joe. And anyway, I just gave the professor one that Pokemon egg we got earlier. And I think we can actually start to wrap this first episode up, boys.
I think so too, Barry. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe as it helps us with the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, and consider becoming a member too by hitting the join button or Patreon link in the video description if you want early access to our videos and member-only polls and posts we make.
Can I just say that you did almost end this series before it barely took off Barry, which I'm still not very pleased about during that rival battle, bro.
Yeah, well, I still won that battle, Joe, and here you are, still crying about it. I hope we get Jizzy Joe in episode 2 of this series, Donald. He's way more fun than this buffoon.
Tell me about it, Barry. And hey, you made our Toto dial all happy again since it was basically dead from the battle with Joe Biden.
That is not me!
Well, everyone, welcome back to our Nuzlocke of Pokemon Storm Silver. This is part 2 right here, and we're going to be heading to Violet City today, so please hit that like and subscribe button and become a member or Patreon if you want to help support our channel.
That's right, Barry. So please don't get any Pokemon killed. It's only part 2, and lots of the viewers are hoping for a redemption arc from you to make up for Pokemon Ultra Sun.
Yeah. And some other news is we asked everyone what evolution they'd like to see, since in this episode we can get a stone to evolve Eevee into any type, and the most voted choice was Umbreon and Espeon.
I'd quickly like to point out how I like the fact that there's no catching tutorial in this game, which means less time spent with Lyra.
Yeah, but more time spent cutting me off, you banana head! Anyway, as I was saying, Umbreon and Espeon were the 2 most voted choices. And since we already used an Umbreon in our last series, this time we're going to go with the Psychic-type Espeon.
That's right. Espeon is the best choice out of them all, in my opinion, except its normal form color is pink, which is for girls. And secondly, its shiny form color is even worse, in my opinion.
Agreed on that. And look, guys, the first Pokemon I encounter in the route here is Bidoof, which means we have to catch it since it's a Nuzlocke.
Doesn't look like it wants you to catch it though, Barry Alamau, and oh yeah, I also have to mention there's a lot of gift Pokemon in this game, and some lovely viewers said we're allowed to use them.
This Bidoof has a higher catch rate than Arceus, I swear. But anyway, yeah, the gift Pokemon are all starters from other Pokemon regions. And the first one we'll get is in Violet City, actually. But we have no idea which ones they'll be, so this is gonna be fun.
I can't believe I couldn't catch that thing, guys. That was crazy. A stupid level 4 Bidoof outplayed Barack Obama.
Okay, well now we're battling a Rattata, and you better be able to catch this thing, bro.
Hang on, guys, I swear there was a rule that you're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you encounter in a new route, or am I making that up myself?
Oh, hot damn, you could be right, Donald. Maybe someone could fill us in on that, as I did see a rule somewhere that it doesn't matter. Personally, I'd like to go with the only catching the first Pokemon in a route rule, because I don't want this piece of shit rat on our team.
Okay, well, you can catch this thing now, Obama, and if we're wrong, then just shove it in the PC later or something. Unless you kill it first, that is then who cares?
Yeah, I can easily shove it in the PC boxes if your rule turns out to be the proper one. But, yeah, I caught this guy and I'll name him something stupid because I doubt he'll make it past the first gym leader anyway.
This rat is a female too, so you better give it a name that goes along with that, bro. Something very feminine.
Well then I have the perfect name for it. I think Donald will agree with me that this name is a very feminine one.
I think calling it that name is more of an insult to the Rattata species than Joe Biden. But anyway, it probably won't last that long like you said, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well now we can actually start making some progress towards Violet City, boys. We wasted like the first 3 minutes of this episode battling a Bidoof, only for it to die right away.
That's because you're the weakest Pokemon trainer among the three of us now, dude. Joe has even overtaken you, but mostly because his other personality, Jizzy Joe Biden, takes over, and he's a real G.
I don't personally think he's a real G, but more of a nuisance, if anything. He just hijacks my mind every now and then only to play Pokemon with you two.
Okay, well, I healed our team up, and now we're on the new route where I've already encountered a Caterpie here, boys. This little fella is actually one of my favorites, so I'm glad to be adding this guy to our team.
Yeah, fun fact for all you Pokemon noobs, Ash's first Pokemon he ever caught in the anime was a Caterpie, and then we never saw it again when it evolved since it flew away with a shiny Butterfree or something like that.
That Caterpie was a solid addition to his team back in the day, and Red even caught one in the Pokemon Origins anime, which he used to beat Brock with String Shot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he beat his Onix with Charmander, which should have been way harder than Red made it out to be. But then again, he is a Pokemon genius when it comes to battling.
And in the anime, believing in your Pokemon is usually enough to win battles or something like that. I swear some of the battles in the anime were just batshit insane when it came to strategy.
Sorry to cut you off, Donald, but what in the actual heck is this nickname for Caterpie Berry? Your nicknames are just trash in all aspects. I think going forward, the viewers and members get to choose the name of our Pokemon.
I'd be down for that, but how are they supposed to nickname our Pokemon if the rules state we have to nickname them after catching? And the name raider is in Blackthorn City in this game too, which is the 8th gym leader city.
I'm sure we can figure something out with regards to that, but anyway, here we are, boys, having our first Pokemon battle of the game. Well, technically the second one if you include the rival battle from part 1.
So this little man here is also called Joe like me, and his Pokemon is a goddamn Rattata, which means I immediately think he's garbage just like his Pokemon.
Well, to be fair to him, his rat actually did quite a bit of damage to us, so you can't really say anything against it. Can you, bro?
Yeah, I'm about to get murked by this thing if I'm not careful. I bet this guy is using an action replay or something. Youngster Joey is a cheater.
Youngster Joey is not a cheater. Leave my brethren alone, bucko. You're just salty that he has a better rat than you do.
To be fair, his rat does seem superior compared to our one, and it's also a higher level. But anyway, that was the first trainer battle of the game, and I'd rate it a solid 3 out of 10, mostly because the kid's name is Joe.
All right, well, that's a bit mean, don't you think? He tried his best, and he has a great name, too. I'm sure him and his little rat will make it big one day.
We'll see Joe, but anyway, I don't feel like battling any of these trainers right now, and I might come back to them later on, and I want to get to Violet City as soon as possible so we can at least get the Sprout Tower done.
Yeah, well, these trainers have 5 Pokemon each, so this would take a very long time of pointless battling if you were to take them all on right now. So maybe focus on the more important battles to begin with, and then, yeah, come back to these later.
Okay, I cut to go heal our team up at the Pokemon Center, and now we're en Route 31 and taking on a Bellsprout of all things, which means we need to catch it.
Wow, I can't believe that Bellsprout was easier to catch than the stupid Bidoof from earlier Holy Hell. And these things are quite commonplace in this area of the game too, since the next city has a bunch of monks obsessed with them.
And what dumb name is this Pokemon gonna get now, Barry?
Well, since we won't be using a Leafeon in this playthrough, Joe, I thought naming this fella after Leafeon would be perfect, since Bellsprout also has leaves on it.
Jesus Christ, these names are cursed. And also, why do you not know proper grammar, Barry, and keep putting all the names in block capitals like that?
So I know who's who without having to squint, since this emulator we're using is quite small, actually, and I don't know how to make it larger. But that aside, boys, we've basically made it to Violet City now.
Yeah, that's right. The first major city in the Johto region, actually. And the first thing you need to do here is head to the Pokemon Center to get our first gift Pokemon of the series.
Okay, so looks like we have to answer all these quiz questions correctly if we want to get the Pokemon this guy has to offer.
And nice one down, Obama, well done. The next question is asking how long a Dragonair is, which is so random, man.
Okay, I literally have no idea about this one, boys.
And you got it wrong, you fool. Of course, a Dragonair is longer than 13 feet, Obama. Just look at how big a Dragonite is and then do the math in your head.
Okay, no big deal though, Donald, because I got it right this time. And now the rest of these questions are super easy. Like, I'm pretty sure a Raiden was actually the first Pokemon to be made.
And oh my God, you got another question wrong. How the hell don't you know that you can't find Tropius in Diamond and Pearl, Obama? You don't deserve to keep playing this game if you don't know basic facts like that, bro.
Oh, shut the hell up, man. Like, you knew the answer to these. You didn't even know what Pokemon was until a year ago when we played Pokemon Heart Gold. In fact, you couldn't even say the word right.
Yeah, we'll blame the AI voice software for that. And anyway, looks like you got them all right, and the prize is one of the 3 Kanto Region starter Pokemon, which is just so cool, actually. And going with Charmander is such a simpy choice, too.
Joe, we need this Charmander, which I shall name Bradley, after one of our members, actually. But we need this guy because Sprout Tower is full of grass types, and the next gym is a bug-type gym, too. Plus, this game is extremely difficult, so I need all the help I can get.
Personally, I don't mind him using Charmander in this playthrough, Joe, because it's a Nuzlocke and it could die. But one thing you definitely need to do is stock up on potions, awakenings, and antidotes before going into the tower.
And this Charmander is a calm nature one, too, which I can't tell if it's good or bad, but it seems the base special attack and speed are its best attributes, which could be useful.
And it's also higher leveled than the rest of our sad little team, which means this guy's probably going to carry us through this entire place.
And the idiot forgot to go get the healing items I suggested, so maybe go do that now, Barry. I know for a fact we will definitely need them.
And with more editing wizardry, I got some healing items and skipped the Pokemart place since it's pointless in there. And now we can start to make our way through this place, which has a crap ton of trainers inside.
Yeah, these monks in the normal games had the standard Pokemon, such as Bellsprout or the Rat, or maybe even Sentret, but now we're going to get Pokemon from every region, almost meaning these could be tough.
I have full faith in Barry, though, Joe. Mainly because he has a lot to live up to now as you and I the pros when it comes to Pokemon. And sadly, Barry here is just a noob.
Okay, well, I'm not really just a noob, though. Am I, Donald? I've done a lot of good things in the games I've played, but hey, look, the first Pokemon here is a Sunkern, which wasn't in the original games, even though this thing is a total piece of shit.
And the monk also has a Ralts too, which is actually quite nice to see. Don't you all think? This could mean we could encounter the further stage evolutions later on as we go up the tower. I'm just hoping to see much more of a variety of Pokemon in this series.
Well, now we're battling a trashy Bellsprout, Joe, which is to be expected in this game. But yeah, there will definitely be some variety here. I just think some of these battles are going to get quite tedious and long drawn out.
The main goal will be for Obama to go through the entire game without killing more than 5 Pokemon, I think. If you can do that, bro, then you would have officially redeemed yourself, I think.
Oh, that'll be easy peasy for me. I mean, look at how well I'm doing now, in fact. This guy is just a walk in the park for me because I'm so good at battling and just being a real G.
Okay, rude boy. Let's see if you can keep this momentum up, though. In the rest of the tower, these monks are sure to increase the difficulty for you, and the final one will definitely prove your worth.
The final one is the real test to prove we can take on the gyms, and that our bond with the Pokemon is real. Although knowing you, Donald, you just get an action replay with walk through walls hack to get to the first gym, LMO.
Yeah, well, why waste time when we can get straight to the point and get our gym badges to prove we're the real deal? We've already become champions of this region once before. And Kanto. And we even played Let's Go Pikachu, which you should all go check out, by the way.
And here we are still battling more Bellsprout of all things. You kept going on about variety, Joe, but I'm not exactly seeing much of that in this place. All we had was that Sunkern and then a Meditite and Ralts.
I promise you it'll get much better later on, dude. We're only in the beginning of the game, remember. There's going to be many more battles to come, and the challenges will only ever keep increasing.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be holding my breath to that. And anyway, after getting interrupted from that Rattata, we've made it to the top of this place, and the only thing left to do now is prove our worth to the head monk here.
And it seems our rival got here before us somehow, but he's getting a big scolding from the monk because he doesn't treat his Pokemon with love or affection like we do boys. And I also want to mention that I think Silver probably has one of the best character developments in the game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually. He's very stubborn and a bully right now, but I think he starts to change his ways as we progress through the game. But that aside, it's time for the final battle, guys. So do us, Proudberry.
His first Pokemon is, of course, Bellsprout, which shouldn't be any trouble for me. We've been dealing with these most of the episode, and I'm expecting Charmander here to hard carry us through this battle.
That Bellsprout was way stronger than the others, though, and somehow survived an Ember. But anyway, yeah, I expect this guy to have lots of grass types for some reason, so Charmander is the way to go.
And now we're dealing with a Chingling, which is not what I was expecting to see here. A pretty interesting Pokemon, too, if it wasn't as weak as hell.
I think he knows he won't win this, so instead the monk is trying to lower my accuracy, so we miss more moves, boys. See, now this guy's just cheating, in my opinion, by doing that.
And here comes the famous Obama excuses everyone. So when Pokemon start dying, he's already got a bunch of backup reasons to why he's just a bad Pokemon trainer.
Well, I'm doing all right, I think. He's 2 Pokemon down already and only has 2 left. And I haven't had to use any healing items either, and now I'm battling a Hoot.
Oh, and we got a critical hit on the owl, too, which is great. We actually might win every battle in this tower without losing a single Pokemon, which will be so great for you, bro.
Oh my God, but now he's hit us with a Sleepy Joe move. See, this is the exact reason why I told you to get Awakenings, because of BS moves like that one Barry.
Okay, well, it's not over yet, so I think before we use any items, I should be able to switch out to another Pokemon to kill this Hoot.
And what exactly is this Bean Sprout going to do here, Barry? Flying types are super effective against grass, and you know that.
Well, Joe, it could be a good situation for us to stall out a bit whilst we think of a plan to attack the owl. Also, he could use this time to actually heal up our Charmander, too.
Okay, well, that's 1 Pokemon dead already, guys. Sorry about that, although I don't particularly care about Bellsprout. I just never expected to find a Hoot this cracked in the game.
Oh my God, it's literally putting every Pokemon we have to sleep, Obama. You seriously just got to wake Charmander up and hope to God we can outspeed this owl for 1 move. All we need is 1 gosh darn move to hit the thing.
I'm trying my best here, man. I just don't want to let Totodile die already since he's our starter, and I don't want to risk losing Charmander so early on in the game as well, bro.
Okay, well, you can either use an item or hope to God this little fellow will wake up at some point and get an Ember attack in. We also have to be careful of confusion, which can confuse us like it just did to Totodile 2 Barry.
Yeah, you really need to swap Charmander out now. Please, for the love of God, just heal the poor guy, Obama. This is literally the 2nd episode of the new series, and it's already going to shit with you playing. I think you're just bad luck, man.
Well, I was hoping maybe a string shot from Caterpie could slow Hoot down, but apparently I won't even be able to get one of those attacks in either. This monk is definitely just a cheater, boys, seriously.
Okay, well, finally you used an item on Charmander Obama. The Awakening and Super Potion combo is definitely going to help us win this battle.
Yeah, and Biden the Rat here will forever go down in memory for helping us clutch this battle with his noble sacrifice, so I hope that makes you happy, Joseph. You actually did something useful for once.
Hey, the battle isn't over yet, Barry. You still have to beat this owl and 1 other Pokemon the monk has, and all you've actually managed to do is kill more of our own Pokemon than his.
Oh my fucking God, here we go again. This owl just needs to go to hell and stay there. This is the final straw, Obama. Beat Hoot before Joe and I beat you.
You two need to calm your pants. I have no control over what the AI does here, do I, Donald? So instead of shouting at me, How about you shout at this head monk for playing super dirty and cheap?
Jesus Christ, finally. The Hoot Hoot is finally dead, and I swear to God, I hope for your sake, Obama, we never have to deal with something like that again. And worst of all, the first gym is actually full of flying types, so you better train hard for that battle.
Yeah, he's right. So after this battle, you better go back into Route 31 and burn the local Bellsprout population to death, Obama, and make sure we have at least some evolved Pokemon before taking on the first gym leader.
Right, good idea. But anyway, that concludes our battle with the monk, and his name is Lee, apparently. And Monk Lee here is a horrible person, and I never want to see his face again after this.
But he just gave us the choice of what evolution stone we're going to be using to evolve Eevee. And like we said in the beginning of the series, we plan on using Espeon, so we picked up the Obad Orb, or whatever it's called.
I am actually so happy to use an Espeon in this playthrough, depending on how well Obama does at keeping the poor guy alive. And after naming it after me, you better do your damn best to make sure he gets into the Hall of Fame, bro.
Out of all our Pokemon, I think Espeon has the best chance, Donald. Lots of our viewers have told us how good it'll be in the late game, and since this game is much harder, there'll be more opportunities for us to train it up.
Right, and with that, we have a newly evolved Pokemon for our team boys. And you're still not off the hook, Obama. 3 of our poor Pokemon got absolutely murked in that battle against one damn owl.
I was there too, Joe. And yeah, big deal. This is a Nuzlocke, remember? You can't expect all our Pokemon to make it through. Plus, those Pokemon that dies were clearly not good enough to be a part of our team anyway.
That is just a terrible attitude to have, my guy. If you keep acting like that, then we'll never beat this game, and Joe or I will have to definitely take over from you.
Yeah, well, until then, we have to release all the dead Pokemon, or at least just leave them in the PC. And then at the end of the series, we can count how many Pokemon Obama has killed and use that to make him feel even worse about himself.
Hey, these guys did a valuable service for us. And on that note, I think we tell everyone to hit that like and subscribe button again, boys, and wrap this episode up.
Yeah, do what he said, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And please consider checking our merch store out and joining the channel or Patreon if you want to help support the channel.
Yeah, our goal is to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're on our way to that goal, so please remember to share the video to as many of your friends as well.
That's right, and you can all expect episode 3 to come out sometime next week. We apologize for the delay in videos as we've just been very busy.
Alrighty, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. Please smash the like and subscribe button, and consider becoming a member of the channel and Patreon if you want to support us.
Yo, Jizzy Joe Biden is back in the building too, guys. I bet you all missed me, and I hope you all like my new drips I have here too. I look mad gangster, like, don't you all think?
Okay, so I want to apologize for the delay with this video. We had some editing issues and lost some of our recordings, so had to redo all of it again. I would blame Joe for it, but he's not here currently.
Yeah, we lost some footage, but anyway, here we are taking on the first gym leader of the game, which is the most important thing about this video. El, hope to God this battle doesn't go like the last one with the monk and his cracked Hoot Hoot.
Well, as you can see, this is a full 6 versus 6 battle. And our boy, the gym leader here, is leading off with Doduo. And I only have 3 Pokemon, but don't worry, boys. I got this battle, and we won't have any casualties.
Okay, well, I've heard from the grapevine that you've been assassinating our Pokemon already, Barry, and we're only 3 episodes in. So would you care to explain yourself about that, please?
Yeah, well, there's nothing to say about that, really. That monk from the last episode had a hacked Hoot Hoot, and he decided to nuke half my team, and now everyone in the comments is already giving me shit about it.
And hot damn, I can see why they are, dude. You almost got potentially our strongest Pokemon killed to a goddamn Murkrow of all things. You must have God's grace on your side to survive that hit with only 1 health point left.
Hey, that Murkrow somehow got 2 critical hits in a row. Either it has that item which increases the chances of crits hitting, or this guy Faulkner is also cheating. And Barry's just having bad luck.
Let's go with the bad luck aspect so far, Donald. And anyway, how about you all give me to like episode 5 before you start calling me a trash Pokemon trainer, because this is all RNG so far and you all know it.
That's if you even make it to episode 5, and at this rate, I can't see that happening, LMAO. But all right, fine. I'll let the optimist in me take over and let you have it easy until past episode 5.
Good move popping those super potions, Barry. Maybe this time you'll have a better battle. And by the way, I was reading some comments on how we should make the emulator full screen for you all, and we're looking into that.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to do as it somehow causes the quality of our video to distort. So please bear with us as we research it. But in other news, I do have a question for you all, which is please comment which Pokemon you think is the strongest in the Johto region, legendaries not included.
Yeah, there's quite a few Pokemon that could be up for that title, such as Ampharos or maybe even Lantern, which is cracked special attack stats, if any of you have used it before. It's actually a super strong Pokemon.
Okay, so this guy has lost 3 of his Pokemon, now making this an even battle. It's not a 3 versus 3 Pokemon battle, and you have to both admit, I'm doing pretty well here, aren't I?
You're not doing bad, that's for sure, bro. But I will say I'm very confused with how many critical hits this guy is getting on us. I swear this is like the 3rd one in a row now or something, boys.
Yes, I agree with that. This is quite suspect, but I'm just going to bank on it being the game's difficulty being higher than normal. Remember, this is actually quite a difficult game, so please bear with Obama's shitty Pokemon battle skills.
Okay, and what happened to not ripping me apart until episode 5, Donald? Your little agreement with me lasted a full minute, if that you snake.
I'm not going to get involved in your little argument because I probably won't even be here in the next episode. But I was actually summoned here thanks to some viewers asking for my appearance, and like a fairy godmother, I fulfilled their wishes.
You're like the fairy godmother of gangster rappers, Jizzy Joe, with how you're dressed today. I must say, you look straight fire.
Well, I'm getting older, sadly. And most people just end up as useless, moody old farts slowly withering away, whilst your boy here looking like a god. I bet even Zeus looks down at me with pride from Mount Olympus.
And you both should be looking at me with pride because this battle has probably been the best gym battle I've ever had ever, and that's saying something. Lemao.
Okay, congratulations, Barry. You actually beat the first gym leader of Pokemon Storm Silver without losing a single Pokemon. So with that, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and see you all in part 4.
Yep, this is as good as it'll probably get.
Okay, first of all, ignore those 2. This episode is far from over because we're only 4 minutes in, I think. And secondly, this is just going to be getting better. You 2 don't have psychic powers like my Espeon to know how badly this will go.
It was Espeon who told us that to begin with Obama Elmao.
Yeah, Espeon told us how this is going to end, but we won't spoil for you all unless you really want to know.
Well, something I'd like to know from the viewers is, do we have to use this stupid Togepi egg that's going to be given to us now for this Nuzlocke? Since it's a gift Pokemon, I think we have a choice on that matter, but I'd like to double check.
Yeah, well, I'd rather we didn't because of what happened during the Heart Gold playthrough. Donald decided he didn't like Togekiss anymore and released it off screen, so he might do the same again here.
I'm sorry, but I just can't stand the Togekiss line at all. I hate them and think they look so stupid and just silly. They don't provide anything for the game at all, and nothing would change if Game Freak were to remove them.
Well, our girl Cynthia has one Donald, and I would have thought you would like Togekiss because you're a little simp for Cynthia. And don't deny that because we all know it's true.
I do love Cynthia and won't deny that at all, but I still hate Togepi. Anyway, enough about my ranting because this kimono girl has appeared for the first time in the series and is telling us how important the egg is, which I find hard to believe.
And hey, another cool feature about this ROM hack, which you're all seeing right now, is the gym leaders will give us their phone numbers right after we beat them, which means we can challenge them again anytime we like, which will be good for grinding experience, I think.
And hey, right as we head in the next route of the game, being Route 32, we have already found the next member for our team, which is Mareep. And this little sheep is going to be one solid team member, as everyone loves Ampharos, like Donald said earlier.
Oh, I can't believe we found this little sheep, but then again, I don't think I'm going to get too attached to it because of you know what that can't be said. Anyway, nice going on finding this Obama.
Yeah, this Pokemon is all right, I guess. But kind of pointless now since it would have been useful when we battled Faulkner just now. And the rest of the gym leaders don't exactly have any Pokemon weak to electric types, do they?
Well, technically Misty doesn't Kanto, but it'll be a while till we get to her, I think. And anyway, this Pokemon is still solid, so I'm glad you managed to catch it, Barry. We just now need to make sure the thing doesn't get killed.
Yeah, probably one of the strongest Pokemon that we can find in Johto is this one right here, although I think Larvitar should have the ultimate title. Saying that, though, I have no idea where we can even find one in this game.
Yeah, and in case you forgot, bro, this is a Nuzlocke, so we can't exactly go picking and choosing what Pokemon we want to use. The only real choices we've got is the gift Pokemon and our starter.
And looks like we have our first double battle of the game. And these usually end in disaster for all of us. And in this case, the stakes are much higher. So we got your back, Barry.
Right, yeah, so we have an umbrella lady and a science-digging nerd person, whatever they're called. These two should be an interesting challenge, or they could end up being a complete cakewalk.
Okay, and we have a Mareep, which is cool, and a new Pokemon being a Sandshrew. Now, I love the normal Sandshrew, but the one from Alola being an Ice-type Pokemon is way cooler and looks better, too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that take too. Alolan Pokemon are actually like an upgrade to the standard ones. They took more risks with the designs of the Pokemon because I feel like they could get away with it being a regional variant, don't you think?
But it looks like these two trainers didn't train their Pokemon enough because these guys are so weak, LMAO. I could have murked these little punks with Espeon all by itself.
Yeah, but don't hold your breath, Barry, and don't get cocky either. We have a Dryfloon now and an Onix. Now, the thing with Dryfloon is I bet my other personality would like having a bunch of Dryfloon about.
And I bet that would have something to do with its Pokedex entry, and in that case, we shouldn't speak more about that, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, don't go and get our channel canceled again, please, boys. But anyway, I beat these two useless so-called Pokemon trainers.
That guy is called a ruin maniac, by the way, Barry. They spend their time in ruins, and the ruins of Alph were close by. So maybe he was just being a nerd inside there.
Probably Joe, but anyway, we're in the Union Cave now because nothing of interest happened on the way here. And let's see what's going on in here, boys.
Okay, well, the main thing you need to do in here is catch a new Pokemon because this is considered a new route. I hope to God it's something good and a Pokemon that will be of use to us.
True, we need a new Pokemon whilst we're in here, Joe. But one thing that will be good is getting Totodile up some levels, since most of the Pokemon in here are going to be rock and ground type Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it'll evolve at level 17 or 18 too. I don't get why this guy levels up later than, say, Cyndaquil, which is arguably one of the strongest Pokemon you can get in this game.
Actually, that reminds me, Joe, in this game we can actually catch every single legendary Pokemon there is up to Generation 4, which we may have mentioned earlier. So if you'd like us to try catch them all, then leave a comment below and hit the like button.
And looks like the next member of our team is going to be a stupid Zubat. Now this thing really pisses me off. But if we manage to get a Crobat, then this thing will be goated.
And I'm aware of the ridiculous names you've been giving some of the team members, Barry, so I wonder what this one will be.
Oh, don't start Jizzy Joe. He's going to name this thing something so stupid that a new word will be needed to describe his creativity. And some of our viewers have even requested names, so try make them happy too, Obama.
Actually, I saw some people commenting names they'd like us to use, and I'm down for that, but I don't think our viewers want to be named after a Zubat, so for now I have the perfect name for this little fella.
Technically, this fella is actually a girl, so yeah, maybe keep the name gender neutral or something, Barry. Get with the times and all that you know, bro.
Oh, and here we go with the dumb name. Seriously, you want to name this one Batty? You have less creativity than a fetus, Barry.
And that there was a Bar Donald. But I do agree with him. The only thing more batty than that nickname is yourself, Obama.
Yeah, well, you all know Crobat is cracked. But my rule is, once a Pokemon has a name in this Nuzlocke, we won't be changing it. And anyway, we'll have plenty opportunity to name Pokemon after our viewers.
Because your unaliving spree is still going to be continuing, you mean. You just openly admitted to it happening even more.
Hey look, we're battling a Geodude now, boys. The first time we've seen this rock boy Pokemon. I always found it weird since it has no legs and yet somehow still moves about.
It rolls about, actually, because in the anime, I'm pretty sure that's how Geodude got about. And stop changing the subject, too. We all caught that.
Hey look, viewers, we're battling a Nosepass now as well. Leave a like if you like Nosepass as much as I do.
You are such a little bitch boy sometimes, Barry, you know that, right? But whatever, say what you want, just get us through this cave so we can check out what's happening in Azalea Town, where the next gym is too.
I think the next gym will probably be the easiest one in the whole game of Johto anyway. And then from there, shit will really turn up big time. We'll to deal with Whitney in a full 6 versus 6 battle.
Hey man, don't remind me or even talk about Whitney right now. I can't start getting anxiety attacks about her. Let's first deal with Bugsy or whatever the second gym leader's name is.
Yeah, I agree with that. We still have quite a while to go before taking her on anyway, but I'm sure that's the battle everyone watching is waiting for. Probably the most hyped battle, maybe, aside from Red, in every game there is.
And this fire breather here has a coughing, and we can expect to see a bunch of these going forward. Although, maybe Drayano gave Team Rocket a more varied team in this ROM hack, which I'm definitely hoping for.
And Jizzy Joe Biden here is running out of breath between words. Our boy is seriously aging hard.
And yet I can still drop better bars than you ever could. And talking of which, you're about to get Totodile killed to a poison status effect from a floating beach ball.
Oh, for God's sake, this battle is going to be hoot hoot all over again, isn't it? But instead we're getting hit with the smoke screen now, which is constantly lowering our accuracy, which is arguably more annoying.
We need a move like Aerial Ace, which won't miss or something, boys. It's like the AI knows it will lose, but yet wants to cause us as much inconvenience as possible, I swear.
Mega trolling is what's occurring right here, Jizzy Joe. Some battles are great, but then you have stuff like this, which is just like out of nowhere, annoying.
Alrighty, well that's Coughing taken down, and it took 2 of our Pokemon to do that, which is insane for this point in the game. Goes to show, even with strong Pokemon, this is going to be one tough playthrough. Probably harder than your Blaze Black Randomizer 1, Donald, which, by the way, many viewers reminded me of the amount of Pokemon you killed in that.
That's true. You also went on an unaliving rampage in Unova Donald, and you basically got carried at the end by Giratina. You should all go check out that video if you like Nuzlocks, because it was insane.
How about we just gloss over all that and focus on taking out this man's Charmander, which is clearly inferior to ours. You should actually use ours to battle his one berry instead of Totodile.
Oh my god, and now his Charmander is using smokescreen too. I swear these fire breathers are just little arsonists because they use that smoke as fuel for their fire.
And on top of that, we got a big burn on us now as well. This guy's going hard on us, boys. We got to put him in his place before this becomes the end of the series.
Well, we have won this either way. Jizzy Joe and I think we'll actually get our second evolution of the series after this battle as well.
He still has one last Pokemon, though, before this is over for real. And it's a Magby, which is actually awesome to see. I love this Pokemon along with Magmortar, but Electivire is the better choice out of this pairing.
They're awesome Pokemon for sure, but they're trait evolutions too, which just make them not viable if you have no friends like you, Obama.
All right, but what are you and Donald doing here then?
Well, I could be honest and say we're here to watch you fail, but I'll pretend that's not the reason and just say we're here to support you, my bro. Much love.
Oh yeah, when we get to Azalea Berry, you need to stock up on some more super potions. And there's some hyper potions hidden about there too, I think. All the items have been changed around in this ROM hack, so we should be able to find some interesting ones.
Oh, hell yeah, then I'm going to spend my time finding a bunch of rare candies and then use them to level our team to 100. We'll never lose then, will we, Joe?
I expect that kind of talk from Donald, but didn't expect you to take the cheater route. Barry, we absolutely won't be doing that, because then what's the point of this entire series? Everyone watching is expecting you to fail anyway.
Maybe that was a little too harsh to say. But anyway, in a positive view, we have ourselves a Croconaw now, which is pretty cool. Let's hope we have this little guy all the way till it's a Feraligatr, which I think is a very underrated Pokemon, especially a starter.
Yeah, agreed, Donald. Hey, maybe we'll get to see a mega evolution of Feraligatr in Pokemon ZA, which is coming out next year, I think.
And you can all expect a playthrough of that game when it's out. But first, we need to get Legends Arceus done, as well as a bunch of other ROM hacks you guys keep recommending to us. We just have so many things to play, so we hope you'll all stick around for it.
And that's that we're out of the Union Cave and on Route 33 here, but since we have a full team of Pokemon right now, we won't be catching anything here for the moment. And I still want to know what the deal is with that egg.
And check it out, guys. This is our first look at Team Rocket. They seem to be taking over the area for whatever reason. And this grunt even sent that Azalea Town resident packing.
Yeah, but the backstory for Team Rocket in this game has way more depth to it, which I'm really looking forward to. I can't remember what happens, but I know there's just so much more to it.
That's later on, though, but for now we are in Azalea Town with a bunch of things going on here, and the main thing is to start the second quiz.
Okay, so these quizzes are actually tough and contain questions which are super random and ones you wouldn't expect. So please don't berate me in the comments for my Pokemon knowledge.
Was that you talking or Discoml talking?
Hey, Joe, we don't break the fourth wall around here, thanks very much.
Well, I already messed it up anyway, so what difference does it make? And on that note, how about we start wrapping up this video, boys?
Yeah, all right, Barry. So thanks for watching, everyone. Our current upload schedule is sort of sporadic at the moment, so bear with us on that. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button, though.
Yeah, in the next episode, we'll be heading into the Slowpoke well to deal with Team Rocket, and then hopefully Barry will be ready to take on the gym leader Bugsy, who, to the surprise of no one, uses Bug-type Pokemon.
Well, I need to do some training, I think, because our Zubat is trash and the rest of our team have also been close to dying, which isn't great considering we're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah, definitely do that. But anyway, take it easy, everyone, and have a great week.
Your endings are trash, Jizzy Joe.
Yo, 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 everyone, and welcome to part 4 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe so you know when the next episode is uploaded.
That's right, we need all the likes in the world. LMAO. But anyway, I wasn't in the last episode because Jizzy Joe took over, so was there anything I missed?
Oh, just the usual Obama annihilating his own team and that Joe. Nothing special.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I did really well in the last episode. But sure, whatever, say what you like. Anyway, in this episode, things are really going to be heating up because we're going to be taking on Team Rocket for the first time and then battling the second gym leader, Bugsy.
Yeah, Bugsy's going to get one banged, and that's not a euphemism for anything, so don't take it out of context.
Well, I hope that battle goes well, but for now, we're going to be helping Kurt storm the Slowpoke well. Also, I did some training off screen since our team is so low leveled, and I at least want to have a fighting chance in this game.
Listen, man, do all the training you want because we don't want this series ending earlier than it should. But I do have an idea. If somehow we actually lose this Nuzlocke before the game is finished, I say we just continue it anyway with the team we have.
By we, you mean Obama? But yeah, I think that's a good idea, and I hope the viewers won't mind that idea either. We obviously don't want the Nuzlocke challenge to end, but that's the plan in case Barry ruins it.
Fine by me. This game is probably the hardest one we've done so far anyway. I'd say it's even harder than Pokemon Ultra Sun because of how the gym leaders all having 6 Pokemon and they have better strats too.
Good, well, I'm glad we all agree on that. And the first battle with Team Rocket is going well too. So good start, Barry. Let's keep this momentum up.
Well, I mean, his Croconaw is almost 10 levels higher than this grunt's Pokemon. So even for Obama, this battle would have been easy.
Hey man, listen, this is part of the strat. Bugsy is actually much harder than you two seem to think in this game. He actually uses proper strategic moves, which he doesn't in the normal game.
And yet I suspect this still won't go very well, but that aside, we have a King's Rock here, which is an item not normally found in the base Soul Silver game. But with this item, we can evolve a Slowpoke.
Yeah, we can, but we won't be using one since we have a full team of Pokemon. And look over there as the Team Rocket admin will be taking on after this guy. I find these battles super tedious, though, since they basically all have the same Pokemon.
Well, Cacnea, here's a new one, Barry. They don't appear in Soul Silver since this guy is from Generation 3, I believe.
Talking of generations, the question for everyone this time is what generation is your favorite and why? I think for all 3 of us, Generation 4 is probably the best, Pokemon Platinum being my favorite.
Yeah, Platinum is goated, but I think Emerald is top tier as well, Donald. For me, it's between those two. Gen 5 is also solid since Black and White had an amazing storyline.
We also asked you guys which Generation 2 Pokemon you think is the strongest, and the general consensus is that Typhlosion is the best along with Tyranitar, even though it has a lot of weaknesses. Some runner-ups were also Skarmory and Steelix.
Yeah, good to see the Steel types getting some love. Although I think Steel type was actually first released with Gen 2, so that makes sense. Skarmory and Steelix are amazing Pokemon too.
Okay, so this Team Rocket admin here has a Voltorb as his first Pokemon, which is just shocking to be honest. Not because it's an electric type, but because I was expecting something more.
Yeah, well, Dunny, the Espeon has Power Gem now, which is a super duper rock type move. I think Espeon will be the only Pokemon to make it through this entire playthrough, boys.
That could be true. It's probably the strongest member on our team currently special attack-wise. Plus, when our starter and Charmander is a Charizard, we'll be cooking big time.
Oh my God, so I take it that all the important battles in this game are going to be full 6 versus 6 battles. I thought only the gym leaders would have a full team, but now even the Rocket admins want to join that club too.
Joe, he has 4 Pokemon, you dumbass. But eventually they'll have 6. This is just the first battle, but even so, I believe in the standard game the admins had 3 Pokemon to begin with, or even 2.
Okay, and with that, they're beaten. So the first encounter with Team Rocket resulted in 0 Pokemon getting taken out on our side. I hope to God it stays that way because we have the gym battle to deal with now.
And Kurt somehow miraculously has his back healed right when we beat all the Team Rocket grunts in the Slowpoke well, which is just so convenient, isn't it?
Joe, leave Kurt alone. He is a real G unlike you, and I bet he can count to 6 properly as well.
And we get his phone number too, or was that his granddaughter's? Let's hope Joe didn't notice, but anyway, now's the moment you've all been waiting for. The gym battle awaits us, boys.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to put Charmeleon here up front since this is a bug-type gym, and his Ember attack can easily murk these punks in here. Well, that's how I hope it goes anyway. I have a feeling this one will be harder than the first gym.
Expect every gym battle to be harder than the one before it, and you'll be fine, is how I like to look at it. Plus, Bugsy has definitely upgraded his team from the original games, if you're following along with us.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, look at this basic gym trainer here with 4 Pokemon on his team, all of which are trash bug types, but that's not really the point.
I feel like bug types get too much unwarranted hate though, guys. I mean, with bug types, you can easily put Sabrina in her place, who is arguably the strongest gym leader in the series realistically. People say Whitney is difficult, but I feel Alakazam with Calm Mind is much more dangerous.
Wow, that Leedian actually somehow survived an Ember from Charmeleon. This is some foresight on how the gym battle is actually going to go lamau.
And it's only level 18 too. But anyway, back to Donald's point, I agree, Sabrina is difficult, but Whitney is more only because of where she's placed in the game. If she was a later gym leader, I think she'd be easier because your team would be better off at dealing with hers.
All right, we didn't need a PowerPoint lecture on gym leaders, Barry. It was just some small talk I started to get the viewers discussing who's stronger out of Whitney and Sabrina.
Hey, my memory may be bad, Donald, but I'm pretty sure you already asked the question for this video, bro. You can't ask 2 questions in the same video.
Okay, that's Trainer Benny beaten, boys. We're off to a good start here. Although I'm slightly concerned for the gym battle now, considering how strong that Leedian was, and it could have taken Charmeleon out if I wasn't such a great Pokemon trainer.
And now we have a double battle with 2 more children who both look like Kurt's granddaughter from earlier. There is some wizardry going on here for sure, boys.
Yeah, well, look what Pokemon they have, Donald. Probably the most garbage bug types you can get in the entire Pokemon series. These 2 are just the worst, which is something I think everyone will agree with me on.
I guarantee you'll find someone who loves these 2, Joe, and they'll make sure you know about it in the comments know for sure. But I agree with you anyway, these 2 are just the worst.
Well, this is probably something all 3 of us will agree on. I also hate these 2, and I mean, just look at how weak they are too.
But they have more Pokemon being a Dustox, which is not half bad, actually. Jessie had one of these in the anime, which she released because it found a boyfriend who was a shiny Dustox, actually.
Yeah, I remember that anime episode too, Joe. Shiny Dustox has a gold tint to it, I think, which is why it's probably up there as an awesome bug type. However, the best ultimate bug type is, of course, Volcarona.
Agreed, Donald. Volcarona is the ultimate bug-type Pokemon. Back in the day, though, I think it would have been Scyther or Sizer, but those 2 have been relegated for me now.
And talking of relegations, these 2 have just joined the club, which means it's now time to take on the gym leader, Bugsy.
Yeah, we're gonna Bombaclat Bugsy right here and not lose a single Pokemon. That's the plan anyway.
I have a feeling he might Bombaclat some of our Pokemon, though Donald and I'm starting to get a little nervous now as well. This could be the end for me.
Hang on, Barry. When did you get Mudkip in our party? You never told us you did that, bro.
Yeah, you gotta remove Mudkip Obama. The viewers all want us to keep that Togepi egg to honor Misty since the actor who voiced her and Jessie from the anime sadly passed away. Her name was Rachel Lillis, and she will never be forgotten. A big salute to her for all her work, and may she rest in peace.
Oh shit. Yeah, I can't argue with that, guys. We'll make sure to have Togepi's egg back in the party for the next episode, and may Rachel rest in peace. Definitely need some salute emojis in the comments for her.
All right, that aside, here we go with the second gym battle, and Bugsy is leading off with a Butterfree. This is going to be an interesting battle for sure.
Your strat of putting it to sleep with Zubat and then using Ember was clever, Obama. But remember, when it rains, Fire's power is weakened, so you got to take that into account.
Oh, and the bastard already woke up so quickly too, which is just so unfair. I could have maybe switched out to Flaffy, since Electric may have been a better choice here, especially if I had Thunder on it.
There is no way you could have Thunder this early anyway, bro. And if you did, we'd know you're cheating, so there's that.
Hang on, how the hell does this Butterfree almost murk us to oblivion and back? That air cutter did so much damage to us, and we're like 10 levels higher almost.
Well, we all knew going into this game that it would be difficult, Joey boy, plus the challenge is fun because Pokemon Sword was so easy, like way too easy for what it was.
Okay, well, that's 1 down and 5 more to go. And now we have Zubat out again, and I bet you're gonna go with the Hypnosis route again, aren't you, Barry?
But of course we're going to be hit with the Detect First by this Yanma. God, this move is so pointless, and I feel like it shouldn't block moves that don't do damage like sleep or paralysis.
And this Dragonfly has ancient power as well. That move could get dangerous since it can boost all special attacks, I believe. However, I bet I can get this thing to 0 health in the next 2 moves.
All right, let's see what your next strat is then, bucko. Bringing out the electric typing here, though, was smart for sure. I think most of Bugsy's Pokemon can get super effective hits from Flaffy.
Well, at least Zubat got the Confuse Ray in, which has for sure helped. Little jabs like that can make the biggest difference in battles. I remember when I was younger, I'd never use status moves because I thought attacking moves were the best.
Yeah, we now appreciate moves like Light Screen and that. However, we'd never resort to using moves like Protect or Detect because we aren't pussies. We're real G's.
Okay, so his next Pokemon is a Beedrill, which is just a solid Pokemon all around, but luckily the Thunder Wave managed to hit, which means we should be able to take this fella down fast.
You keep saying, we, Donald, like you're the one playing when you're not, so how about you shut it and watch how a master craftsman works?
The only thing you're a master at is bad strats and unaliving our team more than the opponents, Barry. So how about you leave Donald alone?
Holy hell! And look what he's gone and done as soon as you say that, Joe. There goes Flaffy before we even got to nickname the thing. And to a Beedrill using U-turn of all moves.
And why are you surprised anyway? And look, Bugsy has sent out his ace now, so let's see how Obama is going to redeem himself here.
Brave of you to send me out in a Bug-type gym, Barry. Psychic is weak against Bug. Remember, although knowing you, you probably think you're so skilled that you can beat him with Psychic types.
God damn, that Scyther hit hard and with U-turn again. He sure loves using that move, which means we might get it as a TM after he's been beaten. And now we're battling a Pinsir. I may be playing bad right now, but it's good to see a variety of bug types here, isn't it, boys?
Why would you waste a super potion on Zubat when it's garbage and we'll probably get taken out in here anyway, Barry? We need to save our items for Pokemon that will actually help us more than just confusing the opponents.
Because Wing Attack will do so much damage to Pinsir. And I want to use Crobat so bad. I want to try get this guy to max happiness as well.
And there goes another one. Barry and his Pokemon skills have once again proved why he's just the worst LMAO. So we're 4 episodes in, by the way. And you've already lost almost a full team's worth of Pokemon Obama.
Oh my God, that's actually true. You have basically lost a full team of Pokemon now before episode 5. I bet the viewers are at the edge of their seats each episode with a bingo card ready to tick off who gets taken out next.
They better not be doing that, Joe. My self-esteem is already being hit, to be honest, by you two alone. So I don't need my own fans turning against me as well, which I feel you two are instigating.
Don't worry, my guy. I think you have got this in the bag, even though we lost 2 Pokemon. Now he's sending out a Heracross, though, which was one of the first team members I used back in the day when I played Heart Gold.
Heracross got a big one, bang Specky from our Charmeleon, though, Donald. It's a great Pokemon for sure, though, and you can get it from this town by using Headbutt on certain trees.
And now we're back to his ace being Scyther. This guy is just like a tank for some reason, and he's low-leveled and yet still doing so much damage to us.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that this Pokemon actually has Swords Dance, which is a super awesome stat boosting move. We should be able to kill it before it gets one of those in, though.
And of course, Bugsy would use a Moo Moo Milk, which he doesn't normally, but at least we got the burn on Scyther, which should make this a KO. And then we only have a paralyzed Beedrill left to deal with, boys.
Yeah, interesting strat of taking Charmeleon out and sending Toothy and Barry. We have Ice Fang on him, though, which should do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Fang is a solid move for sure. And there goes Scyther to burn. So I think I can safely say that I beat the second gym leader already, everyone. How would you rate this battle out of 10 then?
Well, you may have beaten him, but you lost 2 Pokemon. I don't care about Zubat, but I really did care about Flaffy, which you purposely got unalived, in my opinion.
Hey man, I didn't do anything too bad. Let's put it this way. I did way more damage to our own Pokemon in Ultra Sun by the time we got to the second gym than I have in this game. So I'd call that progress.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, I guess, but for sure a warped one if you ask me or anyone else for that matter. But that aside, we got our second gym badge now, and we're still in the game, so I think that's what matters the most here.
And sweet, we got Bugsy's phone number as well, so we can rematch him whenever we want. I believe Obama, and he gave us the TM for U-turn, which we'll probably never use. And with all that done, how about we wrap this episode up, boys?
Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, my beautiful fans. Please remember to tap that like and subscribe button and consider joining our Patreon or becoming a channel member if you want early access to our videos.
Yeah, this concludes part 4, and next time we'll be heading through the Ilex Forest where we'll see the Celebi Shrine and find some new Pokemon as well. And don't worry, everyone, by the time the next episode starts, I'll make sure to put the egg back to Honor Togepi.
Oh, I was thinking about that, and it's nice and all to honor Togepi. However, if you get it knocked out, Obama, then that wouldn't look very good, would it? And knowing you'd definitely get it taken out.
Yeah, you do raise a valid point there. And also, I'd have to restrain myself from trying to release that Pokemon as well, because I still don't like to gay kiss.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, Donald. And look, 2 more Pokemon are getting stored in the PC box forever. I kind of feel bad about that, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes.
And I noticed how quickly you exited out of the PC box system, so we couldn't get a good look at how many Pokemon you've lost already, Barry. Very sly of you that was, bro.
Yeah, well, anyway, we'll see you all next week at some point for part 5, and also let us know if you'd like to see a parts 1 through 5 compilation of everything we've got up to so far.
Alrighty, everyone, and welcome to part 5 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. We're already 5 episodes in, and I've only got the second gym badge. No, thanks to Barry. So remember to smash that like and subscribe button.
And it's already time to battle it out with our rival, Joe B. And let's see what his team is going to be now that we've got 2 badges, boys. And the main goal of this episode is to make it to Goldenrod City. Whitney will probably need her own entire video because she's going to be tough.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, Donald. We have quite a few routes to get through in this game as well, boys, so let's see how far we can make it. I'd rather get Whitney beaten in this episode, but I doubt that'll happen.
Okay, well, things are off to a great start here, Obama. So good job. Our rival shouldn't pose the biggest threat to us at this stage in the game, but he'll definitely get tougher as we go on. I'd use this battle as a warm-up for Whitney, too.
Yeah, well, I don't actually want to train our team up too much, Donald. Otherwise, battling Whitney will be boring if we just one-shot her entire team. Although I may eat my own words, depending on how bad that battle goes.
I think nobody will complain too much if you train more than you usually would for a battle with Whitney Berry. She's one tough cookie for sure, and the only battle in this game I feel could end this Nuzlocke.
That is absolutely not true, because Bugsy just now was a really tough battle, and remember, every gym leader has 6 Pokemon Joe. Imagine dealing with Morty, for example, with 6 Pokemon, and I bet he'll love to use hypnosis on us.
I don't think Claire's battle at the end will go very well either, boys. Remember, she uses dragon types, and I hope to God Almighty we still have Toothy the Feraligatr with us at that point, since Ice Beam will be our saving grace.
We got a good recommendation from a viewer to carry on with the Nuzlocke rules, even if you somehow fail the challenge. Obama, I think that's fair, but obviously don't try to purposely lose. We want this to be your redemption arc, remember.
Well, I appreciate the kind sentiment, buddy. I hope you actually mean everything you just said, but I'll hold it close to my little heart even if you didn't.
Well, I certainly don't have any faith anymore after what happened in episode 2, but anyway, well done for beating the rival guy. His actual name is Silver, so going forward, I'll refer to him as that, even though you thought it would be funny to name him after me.
You deserve to be named after Silver, you silver-haired buffoon Joe. Anyway, here we are in the Ilex Forest where our boy Celebi lives. We won't be seeing him for a while, though, but we'll definitely be able to catch him in this game.
Celebi has always confused me, to be honest, guys. How can he time travel, first of all, when Dialga is the Lord of Time, a literal god in the Pokemon world, whilst all Celebi is a flying cabbage with big bug eyes? And secondly, Celebi can create multiple points in time, so it can basically make multiverses, can it?
I've literally no idea how to respond to all that, so maybe a viewer with enough patience to answer stupid questions can inform Joe on how Celebi fits in the Pokemon world. As for Dialga, though, Joe, he came after Celebi, technically speaking, as Dialga is from Gen 4, and Celebi is from Gen 2.
Alrighty, anyway, your ranting aside, we need to catch this Spinnerack Berry. It's actually an awesome Pokemon, too.
Yeah. Well, about that, Donald, it's not my fault our Pokemon are so strong right now that I just one-shot this Spider Boy. I used Espeon specifically, too, since Bug is super effective against Psychic.
You're such a bot. Sometimes you know that, Barry. That was an easy catch, but instead you just want to be an idiot and take out the Pokemon we need. And by the way, we only have 3 Pokemon, remember, and Whitney will have 6.
Yeah, I'm with Joe on this one, my guy. You can't be battling Whitney with only 3 Pokemon. Even if they're 2 starters in Espeon, they aren't anywhere near strong enough to battle Whitney in their current state.
You guys gotta trust the process. If I can actually beat Whitney with these 3 Pokemon, then surely my street cred will shoot through the roof, won't it?
I mean, that depends on many different factors, but I'd still rather not lose this Nuzlocke at the 3rd gym just because you want to prove a point. And knowing you, it would probably backfire anyway.
LMAO, that's very valid points Joe has raised. Obama, you just want to beat Whitney with 3 Pokemon to show everyone you're actually good at Pokemon battles. I mean, I'd probably do the same too, but I'm not playing.
Okay, changing the topic. We just got the first HM of the game being Cut. And in this game, Cut is actually a grass-type move, believe it or not. And I'll actually be teaching it to Croconaw because it can learn it and will be useful later on.
Yo, that's pretty cool that Drayano made Cut a grass-type move, and it's also super weird that Croconaw can learn it too. How does that even work? And that reminds me, boys, we need to ask the viewers a question for this video.
I think it makes sense that Cut is a grass-type move, but anyway, yeah, the question for this video is, which Pokemon is your favorite from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Us 3 have had bad experiences with those games initially, but we will be playing Violet again soon.
Oh, hey everyone, check it out. It's Gardenia from Sinnoh, and she's in Johto for some reason. Maybe she's doing some training here, but then who's looking after her gym?
She gave us TM86, though, which was nice of her, Barry. And Joe, you can't just ask that question to the viewers without then telling them what our favorite Pokemon is from Scarlet and Violet.
Well, I just did say that we didn't have a very good experience with them. But sure, we do in fact have a favorite Pokemon from Generation 9, and that of course will be Chi-Yu. That little fishy is probably up there as one of the best Pokemon, and we love it a lot, especially its shiny version.
Yep, one of the very few things we can all agree on. We've probably mentioned this before, but Chi-Yu is up there with Rayquaza, and Arceus for me is my favorite. Maybe not as high as the God Almighty, but it's still so awesome.
And here is another kimono girl, which is randomly in this forest, and I mean seriously. She's lost, but the exit is like 10 feet to her left, so I don't think this girl is very smart, to be honest.
I don't think you're very smart, but you don't hear me complaining, do you?
Our boy Joe Biden is being unnecessarily toxic this episode for some reason. Anyway, we're about to leave this forest, which nothing of interest happened, no thanks to Obama not catching any Pokemon.
Not going to respond to that, but check it out, everyone. It's Cynthia again, who we haven't seen since episode 1, and she's got a nifty little item for us being the odd keystone. She's saying we can take it to the Slowpoke well and something will happen.
Yeah, so everyone and their mom knows what the odd keystone does. You can use that item to get Spirit Ohm, which is an awesome ghost and dark type Pokemon. I always thought it was a legendary, but I don't think we should use it in this game, Barry. Just my personal opinion that it would make the game way too easy.
I think the viewers should be the one to decide that, Joe, instead of you. But before that, we have a double battle here against 2 rich old people, which is great, because if we beat them, we'll get a shit ton of money.
If we had the amulet coin on Espeon or something, though, Donald, we'd get even more money from these 2 old farts. But that aside, we're seeing some new Pokemon here, being Electric from Gen 3 and Snubbull from a Gen. I can't remember because it's a trash Pokemon.
I agree with you on that take. Snubbull is just weird and I never liked it. And they even have a Spoink with them too, which is another Pokemon I personally never understood.
Spoink was the Pokemon from the Gen 3 anime, which kept losing. It's Pearl, if any of our older viewers remember watching that. I miss the old anime days for sure. Those episodes gave a different feel to what we have now.
I'd agree with that take. The older animes were definitely better. Anyway, we aren't even halfway through this battle, I don't think, boys, so get a move on. Will you, Barry?
I have 2 Pokemon taken down and they only have 3 left. So I'm making some progress, even if it's slow. I'm just amazed that these Pokemon are able to take all these hits from Confusion and Power Gem even. We desperately need Psychic on Espeon as soon as possible.
Well, I'm not sure what level Espeon will learn Psychic, but there is that guy in Kanto who can teach us the TM for Psychic in Sabrina City.
How the hell does that help me right now, though, Donald? I've only got 2 gym badges, and what you're talking about requires us to beat the Elite Four and Champion, as well as some gyms in Kanto as well.
Well, technically speaking, you can take on the gyms in Kanto in whichever order you want. Remember, which means we can head straight to Saffron City after getting the Snorlax to wake up if we still have to do that in this ROM hack.
Okay, well, I beat the old people and got $8 grand in my pocket. And now you're gonna both watch me catch this Gulpin with the one great ball I have in my pocket right now, boys.
Maybe we should have stocked up on more of those great balls back in Azalea Town, Barry, since you just messed the throw up, and now there's no chance of us being able to catch this thing. And Gulpin is a goated Pokemon, too.
Yeah, this little green-nosed boogie just used poison gas on us, too, which would make a very useful move to have when we take on Whitney. All we'd have to do then is just stay alive whilst her Miltank gets knocked out to the poison. That's what I call a big brain strat.
Okay, well maybe I should have used another Pokemon to battle Gulpin. But on your point, Joe, I think that would make the battle way too easy. If we were to use poison gas like that, and I have to prove I'm a proper Pokemon trainer without using dirty tricks like that.
Wow, you do really want to make the most difficult battle in Pokemon more difficult with your stubbornness. All right, fine. But if this goes south, Barry, you're officially banned from playing any game ever again, and I'll take a vote on that too.
Hang on, we have more pressing matters at hand here, Donald. Lyra's grandma seems to think we're dating Lyra, which is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard. I will not take that statement lightly.
Look, she's really enjoying tormenting Lyra about this, who also only considers us a friend. I think it would be honor to go out with someone like me, especially when I'm going to be a big champion.
Oh God, and now we're getting her phone number too, which is when the big spam calling is going to start. Prepare to get harassed forever now, Obama. I hope you're ready for that Poke Walker to be buzzing every 10 seconds.
Obama going to be bussing too by the end of this series, most likely Lamau. But anyway, now that she's left, we can finally get out of this super long route, which was joined to the forest, and get to probably one of the best cities in any Pokemon game ever, Goldenrod City.
Goldenrod City is definitely up there as one of the best to ever do it, but I think Jubilife is more my vibe, and we all know that Castelia City and Unova is Donald's vibe, even though they didn't put your tower in.
That's their loss anyway. My tower would have increased the tourism in Castelia, that's for sure, Barry. But anyway, here we are in Goldenrod, and as you can all see, there is another Quizmaster trainer in here.
Yeah, so this fellow will give us the Sinnoh region starter Pokemon if we answer his Pokemon quiz correctly. So are you going to take this quiz, Barry, or do you think you're still good enough to battle Whitney with 3 Pokemon?
I'm not going to be taking that quiz for now because I still think 3 Pokemon is all I'll need to battle Whitney Joe. Plus, we can always come back to him later if we're in a dire situation or something. I just want this battle with her to be extra challenging, you know?
Yeah, well, let's see how that will work out for you, bro. In the meantime, we do actually have this other quiz to do in the radio tower to get Whitney back in her gym because right now she's off gallivanting about.
This quiz is such a joke, though. The answers to them for anyone following along is yes, no, yes, yes, no. And then you pass. See, even I know that much, boys.
Gosh darn, Joe actually knows something useful, LMAO. But anyway, yes, this quiz is quite easy. And after this, I think we should head into the gym and start getting warmed up.
We're just going to ignore the fact that I messed up on one of the questions there. But anyway, yeah, good idea. Let's head into the gym now and start battling the trainers. And I actually know a direct route to Whitney, in which we only have to take on 2 trainers in the gym.
Whitney uses normal type Pokemon, which I always considered to be kind of weak and pointless. But God does she prove to everyone how they aren't. And ideally, we'd have a fighting type Pokemon to battle her, but that's not possible, sadly.
Yeah, I'd also agree using fighting types in here is the way to go, honestly, but we have Espeon, who is just the most cracked Pokemon ever. And it was thanks to the viewer's suggestion that we're using it too, because I guess they all thought I needed all the help I can get in this playthrough.
Ain't that the truth? But anyway, this is your so-called direct route to Whitney, is it, Barry? Well, I guess these 2 trainers will be a good insight into what we can expect in our battle with her. Let's hope you don't completely make an ass of yourself in these ones, though.
Damn, this trainer has 3 Pokemon, and her first is a goddamn Jigglypuff. Now, we all know what this little pink fur ball likes to do, which is use Sing. But luckily, this one doesn't have a marker in his head to draw on our faces.
That was a little anime reference right there, everyone, for those of you who are slow in catching Joe's sick bars. And now I'm here battling a Happiny. Brock had this Pokemon, and somehow it was as strong as Superman.
Yeah, I'd love for someone to explain to us how a Happiny could be so strong like Brock's in the anime. I never understood the unbridled strength that tiny little Pokemon had. It was unreal.
And oh my God, the torture is beginning, boys. This stupid Clefairy is increasing its evasiveness by using Minimize, which means it'll be hard for us to land a hit on it.
Yeah, well, we only need one attack to land Joe. Look how much damage Double Slap did to me as well. It was like getting poked by a feather. This is how my battle with Whitney will go. And anyway, I found a full restore and hyper potion earlier, so I'll have to use them strategically as I only have one of each.
And that's trainer number 1 down, very good going. And now let's see what this other girl has on her team, but judging by how the first battle went, I think we're pretty good, to be honest, LMAO.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Donald. So far, so good, it seems. But I'm not going to be holding my breath anytime soon. Elmao, this battle could be the one to end it for us even before we reach Whitney.
Well, now we're battling a Furret, boys, and what do you all think of this Pokemon? I don't particularly care about it, except there's that meme of it running forever, which makes no sense.
It's all right, I guess, Barry. And would you look at that? We're getting +4 points for our special attack stat when we level up, which is mad to be fair. I'm actually really liking that. You've named Espeon after me now.
Yeah, that's very high for this point in the game, although I think we need all the help we can get anyway. So I won't be complaining. Hopefully we can get the other two fully evolved by the time we beat Morty's gym, which is a ghost type one.
I think that's quite doable, Joe. Plus, Espeon won't be a good choice to use in Morty's gym anyway, since Ghost is super effective against Psychic, if I remember correctly. We'll have to bank on Charmeleon and Croconaw and anything else I catch along the way.
All right, we have Raticate out now, and I don't know why you had to think about switching Espeon there with that small pause.
Maybe he was thinking about what strat to use against it, Donald. Or maybe he was remembering Blue's Raticate, which is now in Lavender Town.
And now so is this one.
All right, no need for that malicious chuckle of yours, Barry, over Eradicate getting taken out. That was quite rude, you know?
My malicious chuckle is one of my key features now. I think Donald and you can all expect more malicious chuckling for the rest of this series.
Well, on that note, I'm going to call it for this episode, boys. We're going to leave everyone on a cliffhanger for Whitney's battle.
Now, that's what I call malicious, but anyway, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, everyone. And thank you so much for watching, too.
Yes, there is actually a valid reason we're ending this here, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out why.
Even Donald and I don't know the real reason. But anyway, see you all soon, everyone. Have a great weekend. Alrighty, everyone, you can all see that the GOAT, Jizzy Joe Biden, is back with more gold chains and new drips, and I'm here to witness the battle against Whitney.
Oh, great! Just the person I needed for this battle. That was sarcasm, by the way. But anyway, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, everyone. This here is the battle you've all been waiting for.
And she's warning us that she's good, and we can all vouch for that. Whitney is an incredibly strong Pokemon trainer and gym leader. So let's get this show on the road, boys.
Alrighty, well, it's a 3 versus 6 battle first off. And her first Pokemon is Licky Tongue. I wasn't expecting to see this Pokemon, so I'm not sure if this will be tough.
Man, this was such a bad idea to go into this battle with only 3 Pokemon, bro. I even saw comments saying you need to go back and catch Spiridon because even the viewers know you'll need all the help you can get.
Well, maybe I will later, but it's too late now for that Donald. And anyway, I just beat her first Pokemon, so this battle is already going off to a great start.
Yeah, but look who she's sending out now, Barry. The devil itself has arrived on our screens. Who would have thought in the history of Pokemon that a goddamn Miltank of all things would give us players the most trouble?
Well, it's only because of a track that it does Joe. Honestly, we would have been super lucky if we had caught ourselves a female Pokemon, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. And now Obama thinks he can beat Whitney with these 3 Pokemon.
And this has already become annoying since Body Slam can cause paralysis like that. Luckily, I have lots of Paralyze heals, and I even found a Hyper Potion and Full Restore, which I'm sure will come in handy here.
You're going to have to be prepared for Whitney to use lots of healing items as well, though. I feel like the gym leaders are way more unhinged when it comes to using items in battles in this game. It makes it way harder and way more annoying, too.
Okay, well, here we go with the infatuation. Charmeleon is in love already, and we have basically no good moves to use against Miltank. I so should have gone off screen and caught that Spiritomb for you, Barry.
How the hell does this Miltank manage to do so much damage to us as well? I mean, look at our health already being in the yellow like that. This Miltank is absolutely cracked, or she's used an action replay to give it max stats.
You have Jizzy Joe Biden on your side, though, bucko, so don't worry. And using smokescreen like that was actually quite smart, I must say. There's nothing she'll be able to do then to get her accuracy back up if we lower it a lot.
Okay, well, this was the perfect time to use my full restore, so you two better not complain. I can use any items I want in this difficult battle.
And the smokescreen came in clutch just now since her attack missed. But of course she would hit us again with Body Slam and get another paralysis on us too. I swear, there's meant to be a percentage chance of that happening, or we're just getting very unlucky.
Okay, well, while you deal with Miltank Berry, I'm going to ask the question for our lovely viewers for this episode, which is, which Elite Four member in all the games gave you the most difficulty and why?
Yo, interesting question there. I think the answer for me would have to be Drake from Hoenn. He's one tough cookie with his dragon-type Pokemon, and also my rival in the rap scene too.
Wrong Drake, you dumbass Jizzy Joe. But yeah, I see your point on him being difficult. I think Lance should also be considered in Generation 1 since he's technically the 5th Elite Four member because Blue becomes champion before us.
Yeah, good choices there. I'd say Generation 4 probably has the strongest trainers in any Elite Four, though. All of them just hit hard and are very difficult. And then, of course, you have to deal with our girl Cynthia at the end, which is probably why they're so tough.
Yeah, well anyway, let us know what you all think below, and remember to hit that like button for Obama since we're almost 4 minutes in, and he still hasn't lost any of our Pokemon yet.
Oh, we almost took Miltank out there with that Psybeam attack. That was so close, Obama. And by the way, I bet Whitney could give Cynthia a run for her money if they were to battle.
Oh, damn, I just need to outspeed it, and then this stupid cow can go burn in the fiery pits of Pokemon hell.
Ah, hell yeah, Barry. You did it. You sent that Miltank packing to the distortion world, which means the rest of this battle should be easy peasy. And the MVP for sure of this is Espeon. It's just the best.
And now she's sending out Lopunny, and I'm going to have to ask you both to keep the jokes PG and not X-rated if you get my drift.
As far as I'm concerned, this is all her fault for using this Pokemon to begin with, so you can't expect us to not say anything, can you?
Alrighty, well, I'll take command of the conversation whilst you two watch this thing get nuked. Luckily, it's only level 21, and we got Miltank out the way early in the battle, so I feel a lot less stressed now.
Oh, of course this thing would get us to fall in love with it too. It's like it's begging us to take the piss out of this Pokemon now.
I don't like a lady who's taller than me personally, but I guess Croconaw wouldn't mind LML.
Yeah, well, our boy is going to evolve into Feraligatr very soon, Donald, and then it'll come back for a rematch and show this Lopunny who the boss is. Right now, I feel like we're just its bitch.
That is absolutely what it feels like right now. And it even has Dizzy Punch, which causes us to become confused. Like, what even is the strat Whitney is going for here?
She's just going at us from all angles, it seems. I mean, Lopunny isn't exactly threatening to us, let's be honest. It's more of an annoyance for now, especially with the attract and confusion.
You're in charge, Donnie, is what was just written on the screen. And boy, my ego liked that sentence a lot. What a great name you bestowed on the MVP of this series, Barry. I seriously mean that.
Damn, that was so close there, Obama. Maybe if Espeon was one level higher, we could have taken this thing out. I mean, we're already 10 levels higher, and it still somehow survived our confusion attack. That's pretty insane.
And we almost died again, so there goes another one of my super potions in the reserve. Whitney is definitely going to drain us to pieces of our medicinal stockpiles, boys. She better give us enough money when I beat her to get it all back.
Well, at least with this last confusion attack, this provocative bunny will get sent to the distortion world along with Miltank, where they both belong for eternity. Giratina should feed on their souls.
All right, so we're halfway through this wretched battle, and so far we haven't lost anyone, which is a miracle. And now she sent out Stantler, which is a Pokemon we haven't seen in ages, and one I think gets forgotten about a lot.
Well, remember that they came up with an ancient Stantler in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think that one called Weirdeer is pretty neat, and you even get to ride on its back.
And to those of you asking, yes, we will be playing Legends Arceus soon. Especially since the year is almost coming to an end, and we want to be ready for Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yep, and that should make Donald happy since he loves Arceus, and he even made it our channel's mascot. We even have a bunch of Arceus plushies in our homes to celebrate the Lord Almighty himself.
Oh my God, does all Whitney's Pokemon have Attract on them or what? Now we have to deal with it again against Stantler, and I never even knew this Pokemon could learn Attract.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Attract is a normal type move, Donald. So, of course, her whole team is going to use it on us. It's like the main reason why Whitney is so difficult to deal with. If she didn't have Attract, then this battle is like any other normal third gym battle in the series.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Whitney is only hard because of that one move. And we can't even use moves like Disable on it, too. Although saying that, I'm pretty sure there are items which can be used to negate the effects of moves like Attract.
Yeah, but after this battle, those items are completely pointless. Anyway, Barry should have Stantler dealt with by the time I finish talking. So let's see what's next.
Finally, the crit gods are on my side, and I managed to take out Stantler with Water Gun and a critical hit too. Only 2 Pokemon left, boys. I hope you're all proud of me.
Well, this battle isn't over yet, and now she's sending out Clefable. And this Pokemon can be a real problem too, Barry, so be careful. I'm pretty sure this one has Metronome as one of its moves.
Okay, well, we can't even attack right now because we have to cure the paralysis from earlier. And knowing our luck, this thing will just do the same again.
Oh, I think we got lucky actually, Jizzy Joe, since Whitney used Reflect. Not a move I'd be particularly worried about, to be honest.
Well, I'm popping the big smoke screen so Clefable won't be able to attack as usual, boys. This strat never fails and will definitely save me from more harassment later from this stupid pink fur ball.
Holy shit, Barry, you got so goddamn lucky there, oh my God.
Yup, and that's our cue to back out and run away. You actually got so insanely lucky there, my guy. Charmeleon is probably going to be the most useful Pokemon on our team when it's fully evolved, and you almost ruined it for us.
Damn, this Clefable has a move that's super effective against both starter Pokemon on our team, holy hell. Like, what even is this battle anymore? And then imagine we'll have to rebattle her again at some point too, guys.
And popping the Hyper Potions are we now, Barry? I can sense the frustration in you growing by the minute, and I find it hilarious. But use anything you want.
And here's the Attract again, for God's sake. All her damn Pokemon, I mean, seriously? Doesn't she get bored of using that move? I would get bored after a while because it just drags the battle out.
Yeah, I agree with that. And on top of that, of course, this Pokemon of hers would have a citrus berry to heal itself up too. This is just the most annoying battle I've ever had to deal with since I first played Pokemon 25 years ago.
Well, luckily our Espeon is a tank, and no Water Pulse or Charge Beam attack will be able to take it out. The other two are probably going to be useless for the rest of this battle. So let's focus on giving Espeon all the love.
Something you could actually do after this battle, Barry, is buy the X items from the Pokemart. Those could be quite useful for our future battles in the long run.
I'll think about that, Jizzy Joe, but look, boys, we're on to her final Pokemon, and it's a piece of shit Wigglytuff. I mean, how hard could this thing be to beat LMAO? What a dumb Pokemon.
Well, luckily Espeon has Sand Attack, which can also lower Wigglytuff's accuracy too.
And there it is again, Attract back out in full force. She's probably going to go all out on us now, Barry, so be prepared since she is in fact a sore loser, as we all know.
Okay, and other than Attract, this thing has Ice Beam, which might do a lot of damage to us, although I'm not sure. It has the potential to freeze us as well, which wouldn't be great. I don't have anything to help us if that happens.
Oh, for God's sake, this thing has Wish too, boys. All right, this battle is about to get even more infuriating for us now. If any of you don't know what this move does, then you're in for a wild ride.
That move basically restores Wigglytuff's health all the way to half or something like that, I believe, Donald. Definitely going to be annoying to deal with since we're going to be immobilized by Love every other turn too.
Yeah, this is where Disable would have been useful or something, boys. But anyway, I guess my only strat for this one is to keep spamming Sand Attack and hope they hit, and then I'll have to spam the remaining Super Potions I have left.
Either that or we wait for Wish to run out of power points. I don't know how many it has, but I know we could do that. It would make this battle super long and drawn out, though, which I prefer not to have.
Basically, we're going to be banking on a critical hit being on our side. To be honest, Jizzy Joe, there's no way Confusion is strong enough to take this out with one shot. So basically, our Espeon isn't at its full potential because of a shit move we have on it.
And Wish just restored its health all the way back up to full again, for God's sake. Okay, after this, I'm going to be doing some major move changes and training, and that Spiridome is definitely joining our team.
And damn Ice Beam there did quite a bit of damage to us as well. If we had Umbreon, we'd probably be in a better position defensively, but at least with Espeon, our moves will hit more, which is what I like anyway.
I mean, look at that. This bullshit Pokemon somehow lives with 1 health point left, And now, of course, it'll just use Wish again and heal, or Whitney will pop another super potion.
Oh, you jinxed that one, you fool, Barry. Why did you have to say she'll use a super potion, because now we're back to square one, and that wish is going to get granted too?
Oh, wonderful. Back to full health again, so everything we've set up was all a waste of time. I want to know if Sand Attack will actually cause Wish to not be used as well, by the way. I hope it does for my sanity.
Well, after checking my reserves, it turns out I have 2 hyper potions and full restores, so using them strategically is going to be the way to go here, boys.
Using them means absolutely nothing to us, Barry. She can just keep using Wish too. So we're basically in a stalemate here until someone gets a critical hit. Knowing your luck, it won't be us.
Yeah, worst case, we may have to edit the boring bits out, because I'm going to fall asleep when half the battle against Whitney was literally against a Wigglytuff of all things.
Calm your rage, Donald. We're not editing anything out here because I want it to go down in history that your boy Barack Obama beat Whitney on my first try.
To be fair, I expected you to use way more hyper potions or something during the battle, Barry, and you didn't apart from 2, and some super potions as well. So I guess that's pretty good, all things considered.
Okay, well, I should probably let you into a little secret, Jizzy Joe. Whilst you both weren't looking, I may have found some extra healing items for Barry because I knew this battle could probably end us. And you're right, he hasn't used as many as I thought.
So that's why my potion stock supply kept going up whenever I started recording Donald. Although at least you haven't hacked in an Arceus or something yet. You better not do that.
And now we're actually frozen, Barry. So pop that last full restore. You have no thanks to Donald. And let's end this quick. If we get frozen again, we're going to be royally screwed.
This Wigglytuff is the most unhinged Pokemon I think we've ever had the joy of encountering, boys. It just loves using Wish all the damn time, and I don't get why. This is all Drayano's fault, too. I hope you both know.
Yeah, we blame you, Drayano, but still thank you for making this amazing ROM hack as well. It's the best game we've ever played, even if this battle is just pure hell.
I think we need to have another topic of conversation, because this battle is just turning into a wish fest, since that's all Whitney seems to be good at doing.
How about I talk about how I'm just the superior Pokemon trainer amongst the 3 of us? And if we ask the viewers that they'd agree with me, I'm definitely better than Obama, that's for sure.
Or Donald, we can talk about our favorite gym leaders in the Johto region. And for me, it's definitely not Whitney, if anyone was surprised by that.
You said you want to talk about our favorite gym leaders and then start bashing Whitney. So what's that about then?
He's just mad that he's so bad at Pokemon because he's had to dedicate an entire episode of this series into battling one gym leader, which I don't think has ever happened before to us ever.
Come on, you gotta both agree this battle is just unnecessary in a billion different ways. Why I think Drayano had the most fun with building Whitney's team.
He probably did have a lot of fun making her team and knew the torture people would be put through, especially when they thought it would be easy after beating Miltank.
I think my counterpart is about to take over my brain with how this battle is going, and then I'll just end up falling asleep or something.
Oh God, no, please hang in there, Jizzy Joe. Don't leave me alone with this fool. I'm sure Barry has almost got this battle in the bag.
Oh, what in the actual fuck? This thing has Psychic too. I mean, of course it does. Why should I even be surprised?
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather the normal Joe take over at this point. Whitney has destroyed my soul and will to live.
It's just this goddamn Pokemon that's causing us problems. I think the real god of the Pokemon world is this Wigglytuff now thinking about it.
Holy shit, I actually beat this stupid garbage Pokemon. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna cry.
I've been internally crying ever since that Wigglytuff appeared on our screen. But thank God this is over holy hell.
And of course, Whitney's gonna have her little meltdown as usual, but oh my God, I need to go sleep after this, Barry. Remember to like and subscribe, everyone. I am out of here.
Alrighty, well, looks like Donald left, and can't say I blame him, to be honest. Anyway, I need to go out, find a cliff, and I think Jizzy Joe is gonna sleep for half a century.
Yeah, I am so done now. Barry, before we end this episode, though, make sure to go next door and pick up the squirt bottle, too.
Oh yeah, we need that to get that strange tree to move out the way later on. But anyway, seriously, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This battle was really frustrating for us. So remember to subscribe and consider joining our channel and Patreon below.
Yeah, part 7 or whatever the next episode is will be out next week sometime, we hope. I may need a long break after this one, though, so if you don't see me again, don't bother to look for me.
That's right, so take it easy, everyone. Have a lovely day in week 2, and remember we have lots of other videos for you to check out whilst you wait for part 7.
Hey everyone, and welcome to part 7 of Pokemon Storm Silver.
Yeah, so after the disaster, which was almost last episode, I actually went to therapy when I beat Whitney because of her Wigglytuff.
Yeah, no one cares, Barry. So anyway, remember to like and subscribe, everyone. And as you can see, we're back in Azalea Town because we're here to catch Spiritomb.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago, we got given the odd keystone from Cynthia, and all of you viewers said you wanted me to use it because I apparently need all the help I can get. And the next gym leader is Morty as well, who uses ghost types. So this Pokemon should be very helpful.
And sadly, I missed Whitney's battle because Jizzy Joe Biden took over my brain. But I must say, I'm super surprised to have found out that you beat Whitney without losing a single Pokemon.
And of course, this Spiritomb is a female Obama. I mean, if we had this thing during Whitney's battle, we probably wouldn't have had to make a whole episode out of just battling her. We could have been in Ecruteak City by now, or something, OMG.
Yeah, in hindsight, you're probably right about that, Donald. But anyway, what's done is done, and we're going to catch it now because this thing will be way more useful for battling Morty.
Spiritomb has always been an interesting Pokemon for sure, with its odd typing. But anyway, that leads me on to the question for this video, which is, what ghost-type Pokemon do you think is the best, and why? This could be in the lore as well as in the competitive battle scene.
In the lore, the best ghost-type Pokemon is Giratina or Arceus, with a spooky plate, in my opinion. But in the competitive scene, I honestly have no idea, since we don't play that as much.
And boom! Your boy caught Spiritomb with a fastball of all things on my first try too, boys. I bet you're both super impressed by that, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, sure, whatever, bro. It's not that big of a deal, but whatever makes you happy, I guess. Anyway, with this guy on our team, we need to make our way back to Goldenrod and head north towards Ecruteak.
And damn, he named it after your wife, Jo. I hope you don't mind, Elmal. But anyway, one thing we forgot to mention is that our egg hatched into that stupid Togepi, and we named him Eggy.
I think Donald.exe just stopped running halfway through that sentence there. But anyway, I cut us back to Goldenrod City, where I picked up another member for our team from the Pokemon Center.
I see, so you decided to pick Turtwig Berry and you named it Oscar, even though it's a female. You're a strange one for sure. But anyway, we now have a few routes to get through before we reach the next city, so let's get moving.
Yeah, I also trained Togepi up to level 25 off screen because it was level 1 when we hatched, and there's no way it would survive any battles at that level, especially against Morty. And right now it just has a shit move pool too.
Right, cool story, bro, but we have a double battle to deal with now, and these two are those rich people we sometimes encounter, which means if we beat them, we'll get a shit ton of money.
Only one of them is Rich Donald. The other fellow is just a stupid bird trainer person. But still, we should get a decent amount from this, which we can use to stock up on hyper potions before the next gym battle.
Well, I am pretty sure since we've beaten 3 gym leaders now, we're going to be able to unlock more stuff from the Pokemart. I need as many hyper potions as possible, to be honest.
Yeah, well, personally, I feel the only thing we really need is more full restores, but I don't think we'll be able to buy those for a while unless the item unlocks have all changed too.
Oh, and here's another hoot causing us more problems. I love how in this series, the most forgetful Pokemon are the ones causing us the most issues. Like that Wigglytuff was just an absolute pain in the ass.
Damn, these guys had a combustion, which was pretty cool to see. Maybe we'll be able to find one of those for ourselves at some point in the game. I mean, every Pokemon is available, so using one would be pretty cool.
It won't Berry because what we really need is Swampert. I mean, that's the only Pokemon I care about, other than any legendaries we find, which would be a bonus.
I mean, we're definitely not going to be using legendaries in this series, Joe. Maybe for fun at the end, if we beat the Nuzlocke. We can come back and challenge Whitney to a battle and crush her bullshit Wigglytuff with Ho-Oh or something. Lemao!
Hey, I like that idea, Donald, but we only get to do it if I can beat this game as a Nuzlocke. I mean, so far it's been going well. Bugsy gave us the most problems, which I didn't expect, but that only means I'm going to have to be more cautious as we keep battling.
And we only got like $3,800 from that battle, which is like 2 hyper potions or something. Bit stingy if you ask me, but anyway, check it out. It's Cameron the photographer.
Yeah, Cameron is great actually. And I just noticed when Spiritomb walks with us, it looks stoned as hell. Maybe it's getting high off all those spirit fumes or something.
I don't think that's how that works. But anyway, we're slowly making our way towards the national park, but I'm trying my best to skip these battles because I don't want our Pokemon to be too high-leveled.
Yeah, fine by me, Obama. Whitney has been dealt with now, so I can't expect any of the other Pokemon gym leader battles to really give us a challenge. I mean, there's absolutely no way trainers like this punk will make life difficult for us, so yeah, it's gonna be smooth sailing.
This is Joe Biden from the Edit in the Future, breaking the fourth wall. I just want you all to remember what Donald just said. So stick around for the whole video, as you're all in for a surprise.
Oh, I agree with you completely, Donald. I mean, how do these peasant trainers think they can beat me with shit like this? Lanoon, I mean, seriously, I've so got this entire game in the bag now, I think.
The confidence is erupting off you like fucking Mount Vesuvius, Obama, and I'm all for it. Let's go, my brother from another mother, and take on every trainer and win this Nuzlocke, and show the naysayers that you are indeed the GOAT.
What in the actual hell is going on right now? I go away for a few seconds and come back to find you two being bosom buddies again or something.
What do you mean again? Obama and myself were always tight in this playthroughs, and he's just had a bad luck streak, which I want to snap him out of. And he beat Whitney, so I just can't see how this can go downhill from now.
Thank you, my brother from another mother, Donald. At least one of you has had a change of heart for me, and now I have to prove to Joe that I am, in fact, the GOAT.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, Barry. Anyway, nothing of interest was happening in the national park today. Usually there's a bug catching contest there on certain days of the week, but we can always come back later if you want to do that.
The bug catching tournament was always great to do, Joe, so yeah, I'm down for that. Anyway, this trainer has a bunch of psychic types, so our Spiritome here will definitely gain lots of experience.
I mean, you two can do that bug catching tournament if you like, but I really can't be asked to do it. We won't even use the Pokemon we find there, so what's even the point?
You don't need to be such a buzzkill. You know, Barry, I mean, seriously, Joe and I can do it then if we have time. But for now, beat this kid, and then we have to make our way to Ekrutik, where Morty's going to be waiting for us.
And Boom Jill just got up to level 24. That's great, because it will learn Ominous Wind soon, which is a great Ghost-type move, and one that'll be useful for the next gym, which is Ghost types. And I mean, I'm so glad we picked this Pokemon up, because Morty would be so difficult without it.
All right, and here we are in front of the odd tree blocking this route. And of course, we all know this Pokemon from our playthrough of Heart Gold, which is Sudowoodo. We received some comments to use this fella, but alas, we can't right now since we have a full team.
Sudowoodo is a great Pokemon, though I think everyone will agree. I always thought it was a grass type back in the day, too. Like I'm sure everyone else thought.
Yeah, well, it's a rock type, and Croconaw here is about to end it forever. This is the only Sudowoodo you can get in the game. But Bonsly is available, so we can always evolve it into another Sudowoodo should the occasion arise.
I mean, that occasion will probably never arise to begin with, let's be honest. But anyway, now this thing has stopped blocking our path, we can carry on with our journey to the ancient Ekrutik city where our boy Ho-Oh lives. Or used to live, I guess.
It took 3 water guns to take this thing out, which is actually pretty impressive considering it's weak to water. But yeah. As Joe said, Ho-Oh lives in Ekrutik, and it actually resurrected 3 Pokemon into the legendary dogs we all know and love today.
Ho-Oh is great, but I think the Pokemon everyone loves more is Lugia, mostly because of that movie it was in with that song, man, that brought tears to my eyes.
Damn, that movie made me cry too. I love that one, although as you all can probably guess, my favorite Pokemon movie is Arceus and the Jewel of Life. It was so good to finally hear Arceus talk and go ham on everyone.
We all love that movie, and I don't even know anyone who doesn't like it. Anyway, the tree has been removed, and now let's see what this random guy here is doing in the forest.
Yo, this guy did us a solid, Joe, and we got given TM31, which is Brick Break. And this move is actually really useful because it can break a light screen or reflect, which increases the defense of all the Pokemon on the team, which uses it for like 5 turns.
Yeah, except the next gym is Ghost type, and fighting type moves like Brick Break will be useless. But anyway, this here is the last battle before we get to Ekrutik City, so let's just wrap this one up quick, Barry.
Oh boy, I have a bad feeling about this battle, boys. My bones are shaking, and whenever that happens, I know something ominous is about to happen.
Joe, we're literally battling a Gloom and a Weepin' Bell, 2 dumb Pokemon, and compared to our crack team, this is going to be an absolute cakewalk for sure.
Yeah, I'm not even going to heal up here. What's the point? When Croconaw has Ice Fang, which is super effective against grass-type Pokemon like these 2 here, I might even go make a coffee whilst this battle plays out.
I mean, you got lucky that we have Ice Fang Berry. But remember that grass is super effective against water, which we have too, bro.
Yeah, he's right about that too. And look, here comes a Mega Drain, which will do a lot of damage to us and restore Gloom's health all at the same time. I think you need to send out Charmeleon at this point, Obama.
And interesting. They have a Starmie on their team as well, boys. I love that Pokemon, and people say it's a Pokemon that came from space, too.
Yeah, instead of that, how about you focus on restoring Croconaws' health, bro, and take that Gloom out before it takes our life force away from us.
And they have another great Pokemon being Cloyster. We actually used one of these in our Pokemon Black 2 randomizer Nuzlocke, which you all should check out if you haven't already.
Obama, what the hell have you just done, you monumental short-sighted banana-headed ping pong ball? You have just ruined this series now, you fool.
Oh, hang on. I thought I swapped out Croconaw, but for some reason, Spiritomb got sent out instead.
Okay, I take back everything I just said earlier about the series going well. How the actual hell do you manage to beat Whitney, but then get so cocky you lose our starter Pokemon of all things to these two fools?
Oh my God. And of course, Starmie would get a critical hit on us with that water gun. And now Togepi has just bit the dust too. This battle is just like a slap out of nowhere, holy hell.
Okay, what the fuck just happened here, boys? How have I lost 3 Pokemon in the space of like 1 minute?
You are a mystery to the world, my friend. This battle should have been such a cakewalk for you, but yet you turn it into a massacre on our behalf.
Listen, man, this wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to guess that Starmie would get a critical hit and then Cloyster using Aurora Beam on me too? Just came out of nowhere.
This was absolutely your fault, like it always is, Barry. You're just a tragic, tragic Pokemon trainer. And at this point, I don't even know why I get surprised when you mess anything up now.
Yeah, I second that. This is just getting ridiculous. And worst of all, you got Togepi taken out before we even had the chance to use the poor thing properly. And on top of that, we were supposed to use it in memory of Misty's voice actor.
Donald, you didn't even like Togepi to begin with, so why do you care so much?
Yeah, I didn't, but this Togepi had sentimental value behind it, which you've now gone and destroyed. That's why I'm upset about this situation, even if I still think Togepi is just dog shit.
Okay, well, you did end up winning this battle, but as far as the war goes, I think that's already been decided against us, Obama, my guy. This is just so sad.
All right, yeah. Looking at the team right now, all that red there isn't making me feel that good about myself, to be honest. I could do with some nice, kind words from the viewers to make me feel better about...
Yeah, good luck getting anything nice said about you from them, buddy. You absolutely don't deserve it, and now we have to add 3 more Pokemon to the graveyard.
Well, at least Bill is here to cheer up the mood of little Donald. And we can also keep remembering the fact that we're better trainers than him, too.
Yeah, honestly, I'm speechless about this situation, so... Yeah, I don't know how to feel about myself anymore. This just doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, we were banking on Croconaw to learn Surf, since we will be getting that move soon. And now we're going to have to hope that we find some water-type Pokemon that can learn it.
All right, that's a solid question for the viewers, Donald. What do we do in the situation that we don't have a Pokemon that can learn Surf, since we'll need it to get to the Whirl Islands and Chianwood City?
Well, I mean, I think I'd have to find a temporary slave Pokemon just for Surf, in the hope that we can eventually catch one later on or something, Joe.
Saving here was a bit pointless, since we have to at least get Surf from the dance theater before we end this episode, Obama. And that means another battle, so please, for the love of God, don't make this end badly.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be against a Team Rocket Grunt. So realistically, we should be able to win this battle easily. But with Obama, he could have a level 100 Arceus or Mewtwo and still mess it up.
Well, I think this is the 3rd Kimono girl we've encountered now, and we still have a few more to meet for them to deem us worthy to battle Ho-Oh and Lugia. Although I am feeling quite depressed about myself now.
Yeah, I can feel it in the tone of your voice, buddy. At the end of the day, we're just messing with you and giving you a hard time. And this is also just a game, too, remember, so don't be too hard on yourself. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Well, I'm not messing with him, Donald. He's just messing every easy battle up at this point. And there isn't exactly an excuse for it, is there?
If it wasn't for your alter ego, Jizzy Joe Biden, then you'd be worse than me, bro. You started off in the beginning of this channel not even being able to say the word Pokemon properly, and now you think you're a big champion or something.
I mean, he has you there, Joe Elmau, but anyway, that's the first Pokemon down and out, and now this Grunt's last Pokemon is Golbat. And we even learned Ominous Wind, too.
Oh, and of course, this guy just wants to be difficult and use hypnosis on us. I mean, there was no reason for that to happen, and yet the Grunt used it just to waste our time.
It's fine. I bet I can one-shot this bat with confusion or something. And whilst I'm wrapping this battle up, I'll remind everyone to please hit the like and subscribe button and consider joining our channel and Patreon if you want to support us. It would make me feel better about nuking more of my Pokemon.
Obama wants the sympathy vote right now, it seems, from the viewers. So let's see how that works out for him.
He's not getting any sympathy from me, Donald, but yeah, time to wrap this episode up now, and I need like a whole bottle of tequila to myself so I can get over what I just witnessed today.
Drop me a pin of where you're going for that Joe, because I might join you in secret. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for the next episode next week.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a step back and look at myself to find out what I'm doing wrong.
You're gonna need to do a lot more than just looking at yourself, dude. Go live in a Buddhist monastery for a year or something. You guys, look who's back. I heard from the grapevine that Barry made an absolute shit show out of the last episode, and now half our team is gone. So please remember to like and subscribe for me at least.
Okay, well, even the viewers seem to think I'm like a joke or something now. But anyway, good to see you again, Jizzy Joe. That last episode was what I call a strategic sacrifice, to be honest.
Okay, so here's all the Pokemon you've killed so far, Barry. And we're currently on episode 8, and you've gone and taken out 9 Pokemon already. That's basically 1 Pokemon every damn episode. I hope you realize that.
Actually, it's 8 Pokemon, so basically I've killed 1 Pokemon every episode so far, Donald. That Marshtomp was a starter I picked up from Azalea Town in case I ever needed it for a backup, and now I think is the time to use it, actually.
You know what, I agree. I think you should use Marshtomp since we're going to be so screwed without him, Barry. Your current trajectory is not looking good at all, to be honest. Although with Spiritomb here, I think we have a pretty good shot of beating Morty at least.
Yeah, I concur with Jizzy Joe. Use anything at this point, Obama, within reason, though, LMFAO. And anyway, I can't believe we're 8 episodes into this series. If we beat Morty, we'll have 4 gym badges, which means we'll be halfway to the Elite Four.
All right, that's Marshtomp picked up and ready to go. So we're here in Ecruteak City now, and the first thing we need to do is head to the Burn Tower, which is where Ho-Oh got mad at the ancient people in this city for abusing Pokemon or something.
Yeah, and there is wild Pokemon in here, so be aware of that, and would you look who it is down below. We have the 3 legendary doggo Pokemon just chilling in the basement like no one's business.
And our boy Morty, the gym leader, and his friend Yucine, who is on the hunt for Suicune like always. I actually like these 2 guys a lot. I remember Yucine from the anime being a bit weird, but in the games he's chill.
Yeah, he's all right, to be fair. He just wants to get close to Suicune and earn its trust or something. I don't even think he wants to catch it, but either way, look who else is here, boys.
Our stupid rival who does nothing for us at all. He thinks he's some big shot still, Barry, so how about you put him in his place, and for the love of God, don't lose any more of our Pokemon, bro.
And he has 5 Pokemon now, too. I can't remember how many he had the last time we battled him, which was in Azalea Town or something, boys. But anyway, he's leading off with Murkrow, which I actually like a lot.
Yeah, but using Spiritomb against Murkrow is kind of pointless here, so I think I'll switch out to Charmeleon, who's getting ever closer to evolving. And I'll do everything in my power to keep this lizard alive since our fans love him.
He's great and all, but still weak as hell, to be honest, Barry. He's got that high special attack stats, but if his best move is Ember, then I wouldn't expect much out of him until we get Flamethrower or Solar Beam.
Yeah, I'll agree with Donnie there. We should also teach him Sunny Day if we ever get the chance, because then Solar Beam won't need a turn to charge up. We can just blast everyone with that death ray from the sun.
Yeah, agreed, and I'd love some of our viewers to give us some moves that could be useful for Spiritomb. It's not a Pokemon I see used much, and having some moves on it which could help me win this stupid Nuzlocke would be much appreciated.
I mean, you got to keep Ominous Wind because it has the chance to raise all of our stats by 1 stage, I think, which is absolutely cracked if you ask me. We literally get a buff and everything, which is just what we need to win this, since the battles will only get more and more difficult.
True, but as you saw, we just used it twice, Donald, and didn't get any buffs. So it's a risky move if you ask me. However, it does hit 2 Pokemon at once in double battles, which is quite useful if you ask me.
Damn, this Haunter loved using Confuse Ray. And the damage I did to myself was more than he even did to me. That move is just plain annoying, but anyway, at least it's fainted now and we can move on to his starter being Bayleaf.
Charmeleon should be able to do some serious damage to this stupid plant dinosaur if you weren't such an idiot and used the wrong move on it.
And oh my god, of course, Nature Power would cause it to use Rock Slide on me, which of course would be super effective too. I bet this guy had this all planned, and it was pretty smart if you ask me. I don't remember him being able to use that move before like that.
And holy hell, that move almost got us killed, Barry. If you lose Charmeleon in this playthrough, then I swear to God, you'll never see me again. I'm just going to vanish and never appear in this series or any future one, and I mean that.
I wish the normal Joe Biden would say that instead of you, Jizzy Joe. But anyway, our rival has just gone and used nature power again, of course, and our stock of hyper potions are slowly going to get diminished. I feel like at this rate...
It's fine, Donald. I have enough money to buy more. And anyway, I've taken out 3 of his Pokemon out, so I feel like I'm the one in control here, and there's nothing that can go wrong at this point, really, is there?
Please don't speak too soon, you fool. This has gone terribly so many times after one of you two have said those words. It's like the entire episode then gets cursed if you say something like that. And I only have so much sanity left too, you know.
That sounds like a you problem, Jizzy Joe, but anyway, our boy here has a Magby now too, which is actually a super interesting Pokemon. And of course, to deal with it, I've sent out Marshtomp, who I named Oler after one of our channel members.
Yeah, a big shout out to Oler and all our other channel members for helping us to continue making these videos. It's much harder than you think it is. Anyway, Barry, I did see some comments saying Joe and I should take over from you if you keep messing up, buddy.
Yeah, right, like you two would ever do that to me, plus I wouldn't let you do that to me anyway. I have to see this playthrough through to the end, and it's not like there's been anyone who's gone a whole Nuzlocke without losing any Pokemon either.
That may be true, but I bet there hasn't been anyone who's lost Pokemon like you have, Barry. I mean, I could even ask the viewers. Go comment the worst way you've ever had a Pokemon get taken out, and then we can compare it to Barry's streak.
Oh, I love that idea, actually, Jizzy Joe. But then watch everyone now lie and pretend their mistakes are much better than anything Barry has committed. I bet people would do that to make our bro look bad.
Yeah, you can't purposely make Obama look bad, guys. That's our job, and our job alone, since we're his homies. But anyway, go comment that. And in the meantime, we have a Suicune to hunt down.
I can't tell if all that was a compliment or not, but anyway, Suicune has run off to its next location, wherever that may be, and Raikou and Entei have also run off, although we could actually catch them right now if we wanted to.
Yeah, well, we won't be catching them, Barry. We have to beat Morty, and as per Nuzlocke rules, you can't choose what Pokemon you want to find from the grass. Technically, though, we could use Suicune, although that might be overkill, even for you.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but for now we're in the Ghost-type leader's gym. And it's focus time now, boys. We can't lose any more of our team in here for the love of God.
With Spiridome on our team, I can't see how this battle will go badly. I feel like this whole gym is either going to be really easy or really difficult, depending on who you have on the team, and for us, it's going to be easy as pie.
Yeah, true. I feel like that's Morty for you, though. Plus, we have Sucker Punch on Spiridome, which is a great move since it'll go first if the other user tries to use an attacking move on us. And that's basically always going to happen in here.
Well, you can expect to get hit by Hypnosis too, I think, Barry, so be careful for that. I know we have some potions and awakenings to help deal with that, so we should be good in that department.
No, I'm honestly not worried for this battle at all, to be honest. The most annoying thing about this gym isn't even the battles, but the stupid candles going out after we beat each trainer in here. You know, I only found out that it goes dark because those mediums blow out the candles they're holding.
Yeah, but you can just fall off the side if you like, and then all the lights come back on if you have the memory of Joe Biden and can't remember the path properly, bro.
I mean, yeah, that is a thing you could do, albeit it's a little cheap, you know. Plus, this map is so easy to navigate. You just need to memorize the first few steps before you battle the trainer to know where to go next.
All right, thanks, Professor. But no one asked. Anyway, this here is a Sableye, and I love this Pokemon, actually. It also has the same typing as our Spiritomb, being Ghost and Dark. And it does make me wonder, actually, is Spiritomb considered a legendary or mythical?
I think it's sort of in between, although there is definitely more than one of them. Cynthia has one, and there was that one that lives near Salation Town in Sinnoh, too. But saying that there is also more than one of certain legendaries, too, such as Lugia or the birds.
Personally, I always liked the idea of there being only one legendary because that made them more special. I mean, it's a little boring if there's like more than one Suicune or Lugia or anything like that, you know? I mean, there's apparently more than one Mewtwo now as well, which is insanity.
I'm with you on that whole more than one Mewtwo thing, Joe. There will always only be one Mewtwo to me, and it's the one from the first movie. That female one that lives in Unova just doesn't make sense to me. And neither does that other male one from the Journeys series who couldn't even remember Ash.
I mean, I guess I could agree with you on that too. But anyway, back to the game, Barry. I see you've beaten all the trainers in the gym, and now it's time to heal up and take on Morty. And please, please just don't mess this up, man.
Yep, I'm in focus mode, bro. Let's get that 4th gym badge with our solid team here, and I bet I can beat Morty with Spirit Ohm all alone. Like, Espeon would be good in here if Ghost wasn't super effective against Psychic types.
Yeah, well, how about you try navigate through this path without falling off like an idiot, my man. We haven't even got to the gym battle yet, and you're already messing up. Probably because you're anxious to lose.
Wow, you fell off again, Obama. Calm down, man. You can't make a fool out of yourself any more than you have.
It's hard to navigate those tiny paths with you two yapping in my ears like that. But anyway, boys, here's the moment of truth. The gym leader who uses Ghost-type Pokemon, Morty shall be my next victim.
Okay, here we go. And as expected, we have 6 Pokemon to deal with against Morty, and we only have 4 on our side, so we gotta even this up fast.
Alrighty, his first Pokemon was Discoml, which usually is a solid Pokemon, especially when it evolves into Dusknoir. However, against our Spiritomb, this little spooky boy lasted less than 10 seconds.
The thing is, our Spirit Ohm isn't even that strong. Like, its base stats aren't that high to begin with, but it's only doing this much damage because we have Ominous Wind, which, by the way, can boost all our stats by 1 point, remember?
Yeah, true, you've done well so far, though, with it, Obama. And of course, our boy Morty would have a Sableye, which I think is the only Pokemon that will give us the most grief.
I concur on this point, Donald. And of course, this stupid purple gremlin would have recovered too. Like, what's even the point of that move other than just to waste our goddamn time?
Well, who cares anyway, Joe? It's going to go to Pokemon Heaven now. I mean, this guy is just so easy, and probably the best battle I've had in this game so far.
Don't hold your breath, my guy. But at least this battle is going better than Whitney's and those 2 trainers who almost destroyed us in the last episode.
Man, I so wish I was there for that Donald. Sounded like a blast to me. Anyway, we've almost beaten Morty, and I don't think Barry could lose this battle at this point. Anyway, I want to talk about the decision on where we go after this battle.
Okay, well, the reason this video is shorter than normal is because at this point in the game, we have 2 directions we could go in, and we want our viewers to decide which we should go.
Oh, his last Pokemon is Gengar, a solid one for sure, but prepare for it to be sent back to the Shadow Realm, El Mao. And yeah, we want all of you to decide if we should go to Mahogany Town first, or if we should go to Olivine City.
And boom, our ghost spirit boy just wiped the floor in here. What an amazing and easy gym battle that was for you, Obama. Let's hope this momentum doesn't stop, and we don't have to count anymore. Pokemon loses inside the PC system.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to be seeing the PC box ever again, if I'm honest. And after today's episode, I feel like it's the start of something new.
Hey, I love that song from High School Musical Obama. Anyway, time to fall off the edge here and heal our team up and wrap this episode up as well. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This episode was shorter than normal due to us wanting you all to decide in which direction we should go next.
Yeah, so please comment if you want us to go east towards Mahogany Town or west towards Olivine City. And remember to smash that like button and subscribe too if you want to help support our channel.
The comment with the most likes will get a shout out, and that's the decision we'll go with too. But if we were to follow the main story, then we should realistically be going west towards Olivine City.
Yeah, but that's not your decision to make, Barry, so zip it and let the viewers decide.
Alrighty everyone, welcome to part 9 of our Pokemon Storm Silver Nuzlocke. Please remember to like and subscribe if you want to help support our channel.
Yeah, and today we're going to be heading east towards Mahogany Town, since that's what most of you wanted us to do. And the red Gyarados is there as well.
Okay, looks like we won't be heading towards the Lake of Rage in this episode, boys. These 2 bozos seem to be blocking our path, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah, I guess Drayana wants us to follow the story like how it's actually meant to be played out. But anyway, that means we're going to head west towards Jasmine and Chuck's gyms. The next city, though, is, of course, Olivine.
And this clown gave us TM92, which is Trick Room. A great move if we have a Shuckle, since it'll flip his defense and attack stats around, which means we'd have an overpowered Pokemon for sure.
We can actually get a Shuckle from Chienwood City, too. And hey, look who it is, boys. Our favorite champion, Steven Stone from Hoenn, has showed up.
Not my favorite, Joe, but anyway, it looks like he's been in touch with our girl, Cynthia. and she's been telling him about the legend of the hero, which of course is us. And basically, Arceus has his plates scattered all over Johto and Kanto too, I think. And if we catch every Pokemon in the Pokedex, we can actually battle him.
Never thought I'd hear your voice crack like that Donald LMFAO. But anyway, yeah, you just gave all of us the general gist of what the legend of the hero is about. I, however, do not have the time or patience to catch every single Pokemon in the
Yeah, well, anyway, this is Route 38, and it's not a very big route in the game. Actually, it's probably one of the more shorter ones here.
Oh yeah, good shout, teach and serve to our soon-to-be Swampert Obama. That's a solid move, and to be honest, you should have taught it to the fella in the last episode, but obviously you forgot.
Yeah, well, Spiritomb was the one who carried us through Morty's battle anyway, Donald. And on that note, it's time to catch a new Pokemon as well, since we've entered a new route.
And awesome, we have ourselves a Mankey Boys. This Pokemon is actually really great and will be useful against Jasmine, since I think fighting is super effective against steel types, and it'll be useful against Price, who uses ice-type Pokemon later on.
Wow, and it has that vital power ability which stops it from going to sleep, which is actually a very useful ability a Pokemon could have. However, that won't be enough for us to not catch the thing. A few great balls is all it should need.
Actually, all we'll need is one great ball for us to catch this thing, Donald. I knew it would be an easy Pokemon for us to catch anyway, and I will be naming it Yassine after one of our viewers who you can see on the screen right now.
Yeah, thank you, Blaze King, for that suggestion. We are, of course, open to other name suggestions, so if any of you have any more for us, because Obama will, of course, be taking out more of our Pokemon, then leave comments down below.
Yeah, anyway, I went back to the Pokemon Center real quick to heal up, and now we're going to make our way through the rest of this route. I'm trying to avoid the trainers too, so we don't get our team too over-leveled. I mean, our Espeon is almost level 40.
We're going to be having a ton of battles in that lighthouse coming up very shortly, and that place is probably one of my least favorite places in all the games because the battles are just so long and boring.
Agreed. And here we have Baoba Boys. He's the leader chief man of the Safari Zone, which we'll be visiting shortly as well, I think. At least in the normal games, it's an optional area, but I'm not sure if they'll make some sort of event for it in this ROM hack.
We're a bit away from that right now anyway, Joe, so instead I'm gonna go around the farm here and collect the items, and then we'll cut to Olivine City Pokemon Center and explore the town.
Yeah, Olivine City is a great town, actually. It's probably my favorite city in all of Johto since it's by the coast, and I bet the real estate market here looks really good too.
Well, there's literally like one house that someone lives in, Donald, and the rest of the buildings are all public spaces. So yeah, I guess you could say the real estate market is good for that one fisherman who lives here all by himself.
Joe, stop farting in our videos, please, bro. Keep that to yourself. We're supposed to be setting a good example to the younger viewers here.
Not my fault I have acid buildup, but anyway, check out who we just ran into, boys. It's the real boss man, Volkner, who has some fetish for lighthouses since he's in this one too, and he gave us a TM as well, which was nice of him.
Yeah, this place is an absolute bore, since it's just full of boring trainer battles. So for the sake of time, I'll do some cuts now and then if anything of interest happens in here, which probably will be nothing. I mean, even the trainers in here are hella weak.
Yeah, agreed. It's very dull in here. Please leave a comment if you actually like this part of the game, because we absolutely don't. But anyway, one thing I want to ask you all is, what is the difference do you all think between legendary and mythical Pokemon?
Well, that might start a few arguments in the comment section. Donald, everyone will have a different opinion on the answer to that question. But in my view, the difference is there can only be one mythical Pokemon at a time, whereas there are multiple legendaries.
I mean, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina are legendaries, but there's only one each of them, which would make sense since they're considered to be literal gods in the Pokemon world. And if they're considered gods, then what title does Arceus really have?
Arceus belongs in its own universal realm, Barry. It also needs a title above God, too. But anyway, how comes it's taking you so long to beat this old man with an Arcanine and a stupid owl?
He's probably just playing it safe because he's just so bad at Pokemon. Let's be honest, Donald.
There is no way I'm losing this battle to this fucking owl, Joe. I mean, I have an almost Swampert and a team that is absolutely cracked. Plus, I beat Whitney, which should automatically puts me in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that Whitney battle was more difficult than normal, to be fair, since she had 6 Pokemon. However, you could have beaten her much easier if you had Spiritomb. But anyway, what's done is done. And now our next target is actually Chuck.
And Alfred here got what was coming for him. And now let's see who our next victim is going to be. And by the way, can you find wild Pokemon in here, boys? I always wondered that, but we usually have repels active.
No, Joe, because this is a lighthouse, you fool, and there's a ton of people in here all the time, too. How would any wild Pokemon be in here with all these noisy people bothering them constantly?
Alrighty, we're battling a bird keeper now. And I always found these guys really strange since they carry a bird cage about with them. So like, does that mean they just stuff their Pokemon inside cages or what? I thought a Pokeball would be way more comfy.
Yeah, it would be more comfy, especially a luxury ball, which is the only ball I'd like to be inside of.
Pause.
Joe, shut the hell up, man, seriously. You knew exactly what I meant by that, and I know your old bones would prefer to be inside of a luxury ball, too. Let's be honest, bro.
Okay, I can't believe that Swablu of all things took so long to beat Holy Hell. It wasn't even evolved, nor was it that strong either.
We'll keep using Charmeleon and Battlesberry because it's going to evolve very soon. Although the current Pokemon we're battling isn't exactly helping with us gaining a lot of experience.
Yeah, these Pokemon don't give out a lot of experience, but we're getting closer to evolving either way. And the Pokemon coming up shortly will definitely give us way more experience. Plus, we have a ton of battles still to go.
Slash is a very useful move to have as well, since it has a high chance of giving us a critical hit for the move, now and then. Definitely move to be keeping, I think, Barry. Plus, we need a viewer to comment what moves we should have on Charizard, if we manage to keep it alive.
Don't hold your breath on that one yet, Donnie, old boy. Let's see if I can keep it alive before it even evolves. But Flamethrower is definitely a move we need on it. It'll be useful for the next two gyms, and in Kanto as well.
Wow, you tried waiting for this sailor to turn around but got that impatient, huh? There's no way you're going to beat this game as a Nuzlocke Lomao. If you do, I'll shave all my head and play the next game blindfolded.
You barely have any hair to begin with, first of all, and also, you are basically blind as it is. You're like almost 90, my guy. That's pretty insane.
No need to bring age into this conversation, you young boy. Compared to Donald and I, you're basically a baby as far as I'm concerned.
And you'd like that, wouldn't you, Joe? Anyway, I made it to the top of the lighthouse where Jasmine is looking after this sick Ampharos. And we need to go to Cianwood City now, where the special medicine is to heal the Yellow Light Boy.
Yeah, the Yellow Light Boy has a flu or something, I think. Either way, it's surfing time, and this route is also incredibly annoying if you ask me. Other than the Whirl Islands, which is a whole other deal, but Lugia lives deep inside, so we'll be going there soon, actually.
Yeah, Lugia is asleep right below us, actually in a waterfall or something. To be honest, I have no idea what that Pokemon does all day. It just seems to sleep and hide. What a boring life, if you ask me. Yeah.
Sounds like your kind of life, Joey. But remember, Lugia sleeps a lot because it's so powerful that it'll cause storms which will destroy the universe, or whatever its Pokedex entry says about that.
Look, you two, this guy has a seal, which is a Pokemon I haven't used in ages. It's actually really great, and when it evolves, it becomes a really strong Pokemon as well. Price will have this one when we battle him for our 7th gym badge.
Yeah, but it's a water type as well, Barry, which means we'll need a Pokemon to counter that. And right now, we actually have nothing to deal with those. I mean, Espeon is probably our best bet of winning.
Because of Espeon, I now love the color pink. It's such a great color. And I'm going to get a tailor to make a pink suit for me in the style of this Espeon.
Well, that's the saddest thing I've heard all day, to be fair. But whatever makes you happy, I guess Donald. Anyway, this guy only has one Pokemon left, which is Tentacruel. A solid Pokemon, which not many people like, actually.
Yeah, this Pokemon got new forms in the Paldea region, if I remember correctly. And that fella can walk on land with its weird cracking legs. I never liked this Pokemon, but that one is just plain weird and strange.
Weird and strange like you, Joseph. But anyway, boys, I think we can cut to Cianwood City here since nothing of interest is going on out in here in the ocean. And we need to make sure we get the medicine to heal Ampharos in the lighthouse too.
Yeah, our boy Ampharos is sick, which is a shame, but also, like, there is a Pokemon Center right there in Olivine, so I don't know why it needs this special Pokemon medicine. And a fun fact for you all too is that this medicine we're going to get is the same one Cynthia gives us in Diamond and Pearl to get the Psyduck to move.
Okay. And apparently, our man here doesn't even have any medicine for us right now, which is a little odd. I thought this was the person we needed to visit to give us the secret potion or something, boys.
Okay, well, maybe we have to first beat Ucene or Chuck the gym leader before we can get the secret potion, Joe. But something cool is, this lady here will give us a very special Pikachu. It has moves which it can't normally learn.
Hey, she looks like Caitlin from the Unova region, Elite Four or something, Donald. But yeah, I've heard about this Pikachu. I think it's the one from the Let's Go series. And just check out what moves it has.
Wow, it has Surf, Fly, and Thunderbolt, and it has the Lightning Rod ability too. That means all electric type moves won't work on it or something along those lines, boys. What a great team member to have joining our party.
It also has Wish, which was that move Whitney just loved spamming us with back when we battled her and her ridiculous Wigglytuff. God, I still have nightmares from that thing, holy hell.
Okay, so we had some issues with the recording when battling Ucene, but it wasn't a very interesting battle anyway, since all he had was a Hypno, Electrode, and Rotom. We beat him quite easily. And actually, I had to re-record this whole part twice because Joe didn't press record the first time around.
Yeah, well, I was a little distracted with Donald rubbing my ears, but anyway, the more important battle is coming up right now against Chuck's gym. This guy loves to use fighting-type Pokemon, which means our Pikachu with Fly is the Pokemon to use in here. Barry?
That's right, and Chuck here is busy standing under a waterfall for some reason, so first we gotta battle some trainers and turn off the water. He's gonna be a tough cookie too, I think, with his over-leveled fighting-type Pokemon.
And for God's sake, this bozo has 4 Pokemon on his team. These battles are gonna be such a bore for sure, so we'll see how they go. And if anything of interest happens, then we'll get back to you. Chuck's battle is the one I'm most psyched for, to be honest.
Oh my God, Obama, don't kill Charmeleon right now, man. He's on 3 health, so just switch to Donnie or something so we can use our psychic-type moves to one-shot everything in here.
Yeah, pretty crazy to see Rock Slide being used, but I guess it makes sense since that'll be the counter to any flying-type Pokemon in here.
Right, and now this guy has a Monferno, which is pretty cool to see. Always pleasant to be battling the starter Pokemon, since it makes the game feel more like the anime, since we aren't the only ones who ever get the starter Pokemon.
Yeah, they always did that in the actual games. We were always like that one trainer who had the starter Pokemon, except maybe like 1 or 2 random trainers dotted around the place who also got starter Pokemon.
The funny thing here is we're almost level 40 with our Espeon, and it still doesn't have Psychic, which is just a joke, to be honest. I feel like by now, we should have got rid of confusion and be using way more powerful moves. The best move we have right now is Shadow Ball, and we can't even use that one in this gym.
Yeah, well, eventually we'll learn it, Donald. Not long to go, to be honest, bro. Plus, I doubt we'll even need Psychic, since we can use Shadow Ball for the rest of the game after this battle. It'll definitely be useful for Karen in the Elite Four, who uses Psychic-type Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Karen of the Elite Four uses Dark-type Pokemon, which means she'll actually be strong against us, bro. Keep that in mind, please. And don't let Espeon die because you don't know basic-type matchups.
Yeah, Karen is a Dark-type user, and she has an Umbreon, which is the best of the evolutions, actually. Especially its shiny form, which we used in our Pokemon Sword playthrough, which you should all definitely go check out, by the way.
Okay, and as you all just saw, Bradley, our Charmeleon, just hit level 37, which means it will evolve after this battle. It actually should have evolved after Ucene's battle, but I canceled the evolution since the recording was corrupted. And I felt you'd all like to see Charmeleon evolve into Charizard live on screen.
Yeah, how considerate of you, Obama. That's probably what we're going to end this episode on to in case Chuck's battle goes south, and I'd rather not end episode 9 on a depressing note. Plus, we might learn Wing Attack, which would be useful.
That's a fair point, but anyway, here we go with the evolution, everyone. And also, please remember to smash that like and subscribe button and consider joining our Patreon if you'd like to help support our channel.
Yeah, I was thinking we also end it here, boys, for this episode. That way in episode 10, we can take on 2, potentially 3 gym leaders all at once, which would be Chuck, Jasmine, and maybe Price. Plus, we have all the Lake of Rage stuff to do as well.
Yeah, that red Gyarados is quite a popular Pokemon, which all of you seem to want us to use, but we already have an almost Swampert. And I keep saying that because I forgot the Pokemon's damn name.
Joe, you are so stupid, man, seriously.